Wonderful, wonderful.
This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, UFC 243 Fight Week, Adesanya Unification in Australia with Robert Whittaker. Holy smokes! MMA news. Devin Clark from Jackson Wink will be live with the MMA.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are here. We are live once again, hanging with the boys. Jesse, how are you?
Moss, I'm wonderful, wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
I am indeed wonderful, wonderful.
Actually, I'm not wonderful, wonderful, Moss.
Why, Jesse?
Because my thumb hurts.
Ah,
Remember? My tendon.
football injury.
I've got tendinitis. I got this before the football injury. That's the football injury.
Oh, you're just falling apart, Jesse.
This is tendinitis. I've had it for about a week now.
You sound congested too.
Yeah, you know what? I've got bruises all down my left leg. I'm
Yeah,
feeling
what's going
great.
on? What the hell's going on, Jesse? She's falling apart. Jesse's falling apart. Well, it doesn't matter. Rain or shine, JBH is here. Mystic Moss is here. And we have an electric show tonight.
Yes.
Tonight, we have friend of the show, Devin Clark. He's the guy on the left, or whichever way you're looking at it, but he's next to Jon Jones. They're hugging it up over here, Jesse. What do you think about this? Oh, pervert time! Pervert, 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 pervert. Let's go!
Hey, I can see your underwear, put your boobies in the air, fapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Took my beat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman, beware. Pervert cameraman, show them tits. Pervert cameraman, $10 tip. Pervert cameraman,
Ariani Solis!
pervert cameraman, show them breasts.
Boobies. PBR with the
What
10.
up, all you wonderful, wonderful people out there? Hi, guys. Waving, waving, waving.
Whoa, the super chat. Connor Hernandez coming in.
Hey guys, sorry I missed last stream.
You're forgiven.
Love you guys. How was the Giants game?
Oh, amazing.
Wonderful.
Just the best.
Yes, it was.
Just the absolute best.
They demolished the Redskins, and Jesse got to see her first NFL game. And
Yeah, I got to tailgate for the first time.
that's right.
So fun.
Thank you, Connor Hernandez and Hernandez, and PBR. You are wonderful, wonderful,
Wonderful.
tickling those donations. You know how to do it, chat room. Down in the description, down below. Got some new stuff down there, some old stuff, and we have the super chat over here as well. So, yes, Jesse, Devin Clark will be live with us. He is training right now with Jon Bones Jones, Holly Holm, and Karate Hottie might be there as well. Who knows? It's at Jackson Wink. And at the 10 p.m. spot, the second half of the show, we're going to have him on.
Yes.
Just him?
Yes.
Him? We'll see. Stay
He's
tuned.
the most important part of the show.
He is. Devin Clark, this is, I think, his third appearance on the MMA-Holes. He is fighting next week on that Holly Holm. Holly Holm is not fighting. Michelle Waterson versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk fight. Big fight for those two girls.
UFC Tampa.
Tampon. UFC Tampon he's fighting on. But this weekend, we're going to get to this over here Whittaker versus Adesanya. This is the shite that everyone is talking about. Oh, and by the way,
Yeah.
speaking of Jon Jones, Twitter, he's been erupting. We'll get to that as well. This guy's always making news. Always making the news.
I have a million stories on not only that Jon Jones thing, but UFC 243 also. A lot of news surrounding Adesanya lately.
Yeah.
Getting himself into some trouble.
I got to say, these fighters they're learning the deal. They're learning the ropes here. This is how you do it. You want to sell a fight? You talk. You talk about your opponents, the future opponents. The only thing that scares me about Israel Adesanya is he is talking a lot about future matchups. Makes me nervous, Jess.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
True grit.
I'll start this off by saying I not only hope Whittaker beats Izzy but Skull Fuchs his dead body in front of the crowd.
Oh.
I also expect vials of JBH's juice to be sold after Izzy's death.
Wow. What do you think, Jess?
We have to sell vials of my tears after he gets skull fucked.
Yeah. That would be... I'm in. Are you down with that?
I'm not selling vials of my tears so someone else can have my DNA. And it could be like the Black Mirror where they throw me into some weird game, some virtual reality where I get stuck there and the other form of me gets stuck here and I can't escape.
No, you're not. So you're not in.
No.
It's not something you're interested in.
No.
All right, fair enough. Well, he has been speaking about a lot of fights other than the Robert Whittaker fight. And maybe he's sick of answering the same questions over and over again. You know, these fighters, they speak to the media week. It's cray-cray. They're talking to the same people. They're talking to different people, but they're answering the same questions. It's probably driving these fighters nuts. So people are trying to get creative, talk about other things. And what other things can you talk about? I want to fight this person. I want to fight that person. A lot of these fighters can stay on track. Adesanya's like, screw it, let's go for it. He even mentioned wanting to fight Stipe Miocic.
Yes. Well, we'll talk. You want me to talk about that now?
I mean, we can get into that, but I mean, just think about this, Jess.
Yes.
Does it make you nervous that Adesanya is talking about Whittaker, but not as much? He's talking about everything else. He's going back and forth with Jon Jones and Stipe he wants now, and he wants this and that.
I think he's going with the direction of treating this as if he's already won the fight. You know, if he can do that and kind of get people thinking about, oh, what happens if Adesanya wins the fight? Then, you know, it leans more people in the direction of Adesanya. So I got to say, it's a smart play. I can't blame the guy.
All right, King K.
Israel and his coach definitely foo queered vibe.
What?
They have sex? Adesanya and his coach? I wish Adesanya was coming on. I would love to ask him that question. Do you think they have sex, Jesse? Who is his coach? I can't recall. I haven't watched the Embeddeds.
I think Adesanya is celibate.
You think Adesanya does have that freaky, hey, I might have sex with men vibe. He does.
No, he doesn't.
No, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem. You can do whatever the hell you want in your personal time. It's fine. But I think he might dabble in the men. He might. It's possible. Does he have a girlfriend? Is he married? What's his deal?
I don't know. He keeps his private life very private.
Yeah, maybe he's a nice dresser. You know, that's usually a red flag, right? If he dressed stylish.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he dabbles in the boys. Maybe he's hanging with the boys.
Yeah.
Maybe he is the Gaylord.
Gaylord.
Maybe that's him. I don't know. But if I was an Adesanya fan, I'd be nervous.
Why?
Because not only is he fighting Robert Whittaker, but he's talking about these other opponents. And I feel like that is just, what is it? Counting your chickens before they hatch? Is that what it's called?
Don't sleep too quickly, Moss.
You have a right to be nervous, Jesse.
Don't
very, very
sleep
nervous.
too quickly.
Why shouldn't I sleep too quickly?
You'll see on Saturday night.
All right, so now if he loses, are you going to use the fact that he was thinking about all these fights before? Like, what's going to be the excuse if he does lose?
I won't make up any. No, I don't do that. I don't make up any excuses. I've never made up an excuse for why one of my favorite fighters have lost. Never done that. So if he loses, he loses. You know, he didn't play his cards right. But I don't think he's going to lose. So.
All right. I went over to the BetDSI over here. Robert Whittaker, Adesanya, pretty much even still. And, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Robert Whittaker. I think I'm going to drop a couple of scuttles on Bobby Knuckles. Conor Hernandez coming in.
Ask Bad Influence Bat who he thinks will win.
You know, we haven't spoken to Bad Influence.
I thought you were
going to
ask him on Saturday night.
We could. I don't know. Guys, put the bats in the chat if you want to talk to him. I mean, some people haven't met him yet. Some people did meet him. I don't know if he wants to. Yeah, he's kind of sleeping right now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should I bring him out?
I think he's funnier on fight nights when everybody's here to see him, because if you have him say it tonight and then repeat himself Saturday night, it wouldn't make any sense. Kind of like how we do the time for some picks. It's kind of like that with the Bad Influence Bat.
So we can only bring him out on fight nights? I mean...
No, you can bring him out on other nights, but don't let him make his picks before the actual fight night.
Well, maybe he has something to say. Maybe he can give some insight.
If he wants to say something, that's different.
If people,
but no picks until fight night.
Now, you do realize you're telling the Bad Influence Bat what to do here.
But the
and
Bad
this might anger the
Influence Bat is in love with me.
Well,
so I get away a little bit with what I say.
Bats are nocturnal. Well, it is nice. King K.
Izzy has a BF. They almost kissed in the octagon.
Oh, so wait, hold on a second. So he's saying that he does have a boyfriend. They almost kissed in the octagon.
Well, who was that?
I don't know. I'm gonna put let me Google it.
Gaslam?
Is Israel how you spell Adesanya? Adesanya gay. I'm gonna type that in right now. Whoa, why is it all in caps?
He's actually typing this in.
Okay, is it Israel Adesanya gay? Let's Google it.
A peacock in ninja shorts is the first thing that comes up.
Oh, hold on a second.
Nah, that doesn't say anything about it.
But if you go back, it has here a gay slur directed towards Brunson. All right, so there's a gay slur directed towards Brunson. So that is a sign that he's not. There's nothing here that says he's gay.
Maybe he's homophobic.
Israel Adesanya does not look light in the ass.
That's a YouTube video, Moss.
I know. Should we play it? We'll
No.
probably get flagged.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I don't think so.
Well, he
Fake news.
He made a gay slur, so he's probably homophobic.
You think he's homophobic?
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I think he's the type of guy.
I still think he's celibate. I think he's saving himself.
For a nice man?
No.
Now, if you look on Twitter, the Twitterverse, you can look at Jon Jones has been going off on this whole situation. He was going back and forth. Well, I don't know. I didn't see a response from Adesanya. He's running around doing media.
Are you just going to jump into this, Moss?
But
I have it all for you.
Let's do it, Jess. Let's get right into the news.
It's news, faggots.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, you brought it back?
What?
You brought it back?
Faggots.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to do it anymore.
It's news, faggots.
All right, so which one am I pointing here?
Wait, can I say it the way I want you to soundbite it so you can just say it?
Okay, here we go.
Ready? It's the... Oh.
All right. All right. We have limited time. Devin Clark's going to be coming on in a bit.
All right, so according to MMA Fighting, Jon Jones has unleashed on Israel Adesanya, saying, "I will make you my absolute bitch." Now, Jon Jones doesn't have his next opponent lined up yet, so he's taking aim at Israel Adesanya ahead of the interim middleweight champions title unification bout against Robert Whittaker at UFC 243 this weekend. Jones and Adesanya have exchanged words in the past through interviews and over social media. The latest round of verbal warfare came on Wednesday. Earlier this week, as Adesanya began doing his media rounds to promote his UFC 243 fight, he mentioned Jones a future opponent with hopes that they could clash as early as 2021 after he establishes himself as a dominant 185-pound champion. Jones obviously caught wind of those comments, and he unleashed a series of messages blasting Adesanya for his perceived hubris regarding a potential fight between them. He said, quote, on Twitter, if you click the link, you can actually see the tweets. He said, "Israel Adesanya, keep convincing yourself that one day you'll be ready to face a boss like me. I'll keep convincing myself that when that day comes, I will make you my absolute bitch."
Ooh.
Then he also followed it up with another tweet saying, "I can see you're starting to sip your own Kool-Aid. I know how it feels. I've been there before. Only I was around 23. Just don't become delusional, kid. Fuck with a beast like me, and I will expose you." Jones also...
I don't see that on Twitter. Interesting. All right, go ahead.
Jones also took exception to past comments from Adesanya, criticizing his most recent performance against Thiago Santos, which ended up in a split decision after 5 rounds, saying, quote, "You saw me fight in person against Thiago and I didn't look the same. I also got to see you fight Kelvin Gastelum and didn't need to be there in person. You were almost knocked out on one or more than one occasion." He then followed that up with another tweet.
He's right about that. I mean, let's be honest. if you look at, Adesanya won his fight, but Adesanya, he got pretty fucked up by Kelvin in the beginning of that fight.
Yeah.
Adesanya dug deep and got the victory and dominated in the 5th round. But if you think about it, I mean, he's not wrong.
He then followed up with another tweet saying, Thiago couldn't even touch my face and he grew up kickboxing. You only got to see my striking that night and now you're convinced you'll beat me? Let me see you in a wrestling match or a jiu-jitsu tournament. You probably wouldn't even place.
Ew.
Adesanya has never been short on words when it comes to Jones, so it seems like he'll likely fire back with a response of his own when he speaks to the media on Thursday as a part of the UFC 243 Media Day. With the title fight against Whittaker just days away, Adesanya understandably has a lot on his mind, but Jones just added a few more things to think about in those final hours as he prepares to compete at UFC 243.
All right. So I am looking very much forward to this fight, Whittaker versus Adesanya. A lot of little side stories going on here. And you got to wonder, is it distracting to the last style bender?
Do you think Jones is doing it to distract Adesanya?
No, I think Jones really wants Israel Adesanya to win. I really think he wants him to win because, I mean, that's a flashy matchup. And I think Jon thinks he can destroy him. And I think Jon can destroy him too. So I don't blame him for wanting Adesanya to win. I don't think Whittaker would go up and fight Jon Jones. I don't see that happening. Whittaker fought at 170 for God's sakes. So I don't see him going up and fighting Jon Jones. But Adesanya, yeah, you could make the argument, that fight should happen, and Adesanya would just wipe the floor with him. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
But he's got to get past Bobby Knuckles first.
And he will.
Well, what about him going up to heavyweight?
It concerns me a little bit.
What's this about? Like, do we have that story too, that he wants to go up to fight Stipe Miocic?
Yeah. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah, let's get into that because that's pretty comical, right?
Yeah, it's further up. Yep, there you go. A little bit more? Right there maybe. Yeah. According to MMA Fighting, Israel Adesanya is definitely interested in Stipe Miocic's super fight in the future. Few fighters in MMA have had the same kind of meteoric rise as Israel Adesanya. The last stylebender made his UFC debut last year and has since rattled off 6 straight wins and captured the interim middleweight title. This weekend, Adesanya will look to unify his interim belt with Robert Whittaker's undisputed title at UFC 243. And then after that, Adesanya says he's coming for another title, the title of biggest star in MMA. In an interview with Submission Radio, Adesanya and his coach Eugene Behrman discusses what the future holds for Adesanya, and both of them believe he's about to become the biggest star in the sport, even bigger than Conor McGregor. Behrman said, quote, our expectations are high. Like, they're just as high as the UFC's. When Israel wins this belt, we'll think he'll be the biggest star in the UFC, basically.
Is he doing the Conor McGregor thing, though? Conor said he was going to take everyone's belt.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally a page from his book. Conor would sit there and he's like, I want everyone's belt.
He's not saying that. He's saying he's going to be the biggest active star.
I mean, he's calling out Stipe Miocic.
Well, we'll see. Now, Behrman continued to say, I know there's one other star that's sitting out, but I also know that Israel's goal was to be a bigger star than that guy as well. Yeah, I mean, we're not in the same weight class, but the numbers coming from those numbers as well. Adesanya continues, I'm coming for those numbers, and I didn't chase them. They just kind of happened organically. They just chase us. So yeah, make it happen. He also continued by saying, win fights, keep that same energy, and also you're forgetting about Nigeria. It's 190 million strong, and they ride for their people. We're coming, slowly, but we're coming.
Whoa, it's hot.
Wonderful.
A cumin.
This should come as little surprise to anyone who has been following Adesanya's MMA career. The last stylebender has always had lofty goals, and so far he's lived up to them. But Adesanya and his coach have even higher expectations for himself than most would expect, as they are already playing around with the idea of eventually taking a super fight at heavyweight. Behrman said, quote, if it didn't have to be next year and you just wanted to go as big of a fight as we could, then I think you'd fight the heavyweight champ. No, he wouldn't move up to heavyweight. He'd stay where he is. If you gave me a choice and said, you've got to give me a super fight, it's got to be a light heavy or heavy, then I'm taking heavyweight. It's just different. There's different things you can take advantage of that heavyweights do that the light heavyweights don't give you. So, like, if you want a show as big as you can get. Now, heavyweight would be a massive step up for Adesanya, but one he isn't entirely unfamiliar with. Adesanya won the King of the in the Ring heavyweight kickboxing tournament in New Zealand back in 2015, and of course, he's already made overtures about eventually facing UFC light heavy champ Jon Jones. But Behrman says if the opportunity arose to skip the 205 entirely and head straight for a fight with reigning heavyweight champ Stipe Miocic, they'd be interested.
I mean, yeah, you got his striking style. You know, if it just stayed on the feet, if you were guaranteed the fight was going to stay on the feet, it'd be one thing. But, well, I mean, heavyweights have some big, heavy hands, but he would keep them away. He would not want to get hit. And he wouldn't allow them to hit him.
Yeah.
But when you got guys like what Jon Jones said, dragging him down to the floor, you got to think, game over. I mean, complete game over. I don't know. It's just something I don't even want to fucking discuss.
Socials Vash says, ain't nobody from Africa flying around to see a UFC fight like the Irish, LOL. And I think he kind of makes a good point. How many fans from Africa do you see flying around to see their Nigerian fighters like you do see Irish fans? They literally fly around the world to see their favorite Irish fighter. You know? He makes a very good point.
Africans don't like the air.
No, I don't think that's the case. I'm just saying, I like that he supports where he's from. Yeah. I like that he supports, like, his background and his culture and representing, you know, where he comes from. But it's difficult for him to do that when you've got someone like Ireland, someone from Ireland who's representing Ireland, and you've got all these Irish fans, just James Gallagher, Conor McGregor, like all these people from Ireland are literally following these guys around like a cult.
Well, I got to say, Adesanya's got a pretty big fan base. There are a lot of people that like Adesanya. So I don't think he needs a country to back him. Or a continent. I don't think he needs any of that stuff to back him. I think he's just the type of guy that people are going to be gravitated towards. I am not one of those people. I am not an Izzy guy. If he beats Robert Whittaker, I'll have nothing but respect for him, though. I will eat all my words. But until something like that happens, just because he beat Kelvin Gastelum, you didn't win me over. King K.
Izzy 80 kickboxing fights 13 KOs. Africa has 30 TVs.
What the fuck?
Wonderful.
That's so fucked up.
That's actually a true fact right there. That's true. Oh, is it time to beat up the ceiling? We got 50 likes. Let's go.
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes.
Wait,
we've got 50 likes.
MMA-Holes 50 likes.
I've got
50 likes.
You've got
50 likes.
We've got 50 likes.
MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes.
We've got 50 likes.
MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on
You
a
almost
dick.
hit me in the head with that thing.
Fucking powerful with those 6-pound weights. Anyway, got to work them shoulders out. I feel great, Jesse. I feel absolutely great. Yeah. I feel so great because finally I got a chance to try it.
Should we read the read first?
Finally got the chance to try it. And I feel amazing.
Wonderful.
I feel wonderful.
Do you put your body to the test day in and day out? Do your muscles feel so stressed and fatigued that it hurts just to get out of bed in the morning? Whether you're a rigorous athlete or a hard worker, you want to buy a massage gun that provides the best therapy in the market. Theragun provides an all-in-one massage and recovery tool. Theragun helps you release muscle tension, soreness, and recover faster. Use the link in the description below and start using a deep muscle massage treatment unlike anything you've ever felt. Again, head over to Theragun.com with the link in the description and start feeling better, moving better, and recovering faster with tension and soreness relief.
In my hand is the Theragun.
Yes.
It's a beautiful piece of machinery, and it is wonderful. I'm going to have Jesse apply this to my shoulders, and I'm going to orgasm live on air. Are you ready? Yes. Feel it. It's vibrating. Here we go. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, that feels amazing. What a massage Jesse's applying to my body right now as the Theragun is pounding my traps, making me feel sexy and swole and wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, Jess. All right. By the way, I have a collarbone hanging out of my bone over here, my body over here, and she put the Theragun on my collarbone sticking out. You don't put the Theragun on a bone.
Did that hurt?
Well, I mean, it's sticking out my bone, and she's like, bah! So don't.
I put it right here.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't put it on your collarbone. But the Theragun, I have to say this. It is a fantastic piece of machinery. This thing, we tried it out today before I went to the gym. When I came back, I wasn't clicking, I wasn't popping. It is fucking amazing. It really is. What do you think about it?
I love it. Yeah, I used it. I used the bigger nub though. I didn't use this one. I used one that was a little bit bigger because I have a tendency to bruise easily. So anything small that's jabbing, kind of hurts me a little bit. But the bigger one's great. It takes care of all the soreness. Like I'm usually tense right here. Always tense.
Yeah.
So.
Another thing I noticed too is, when your shoulders, the neck gets all fucking stiff and you feel like a headache coming? Not happening anymore. This thing takes it right away. So check it out. Link in the description. Theragun. It's wonderful, wonderful. All different positions. This is the best in the game. If you're going to play with one of these things, these massaging, I don't know what the hell they're called. What are they?
It's an all-in-one massage therapy tool. This is the G3 Pro. It comes in 2 different speed levels. 75-minute refill batteries. There's 2 refill batteries each. It's really great. It's just the greatest thing. And
there are different models, too, to fit in your price range. All right, we're going to read the rest of our sponsors here. We're going to get right into the news. Devin Clark is coming on the show. He is training right now at Jackson Wink for his big fight. We'll discuss the fights this week and his upcoming fight. Jon Jones, Holly Holm, whoever you want to talk about. Michelle Waterson, who's on the main card. We'll talk about all that with Devin Clark when he comes on. But let's play the rest of our sponsors, get to the news. And Jesse.
Yes.
I think I'm going to pull the trigger. I think I'm going to place the bet.
Well, I can tell you where. Just because you're not in Vegas doesn't mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. BetDSI offers online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get up to 100% bonus match as well as $25 as a welcome bonus a day. BetDSI also offers betting options for everything including NFL, NCAA football, NBA, NHL, UFC, and all the major sports, politics, reality TV, esports, virtually everything. We play there ourselves and recommend BetDSI if you want to add some excitement to the fights or any of the sports you are watching. Once again, go to BetDSI with the link in the description below using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get a limited time 100% bonus offer as well as $25 as a welcome bonus to make some extra cash on the sports you know and love. It's only a game until you bet it at BetDSI.
Yes, that's right. You guys want some gerbils? Well, we know where you can get them, Jesse.
Do you own a business, event, or organization and are looking for the most efficient tools for marketing and advertising? Sticker Mule offers easy online ordering with a 4-day turnaround and free online proofs with free shipping. Use the link to Sticker Mule in the description below and get incredible promotional materials such as durable and waterproof vinyl stickers, coasters, magnets, customized tape, labels, bumper stickers, and more. Sticker Mule offers full-color printing at the highest quality that you deserve. Free shipping, free online proofs, fast production, satisfaction guaranteed. We use Sticker Mule for all of our marketing needs, and we've never been happier with the products we've received. Visit Sticker Mule with the link in the description today.
That's right. Sticker Mule is
wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Yeah, get your stickers over there. The best stickers. I got to say, they are up and out in public. I've seen them, and they've withstood the weather, and it's fantastic.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Get your stickers. All right,
It
timeless.
rained last night, by the way.
And the stickers are still up.
And stickers are still up.
No fucks given, those stickers. They're the best. Link in the description. All right, one more, and then we're going to get into the news again with
Timeless CBD sees a gap in the industry between quality and affordability. This is a CBD company that strives to make top-notch products at prices people can afford. All of Timeless CBD's products are carefully handmade at their facility. Each and every batch is third-party tested. Visit Timeless CBD with the link in the description and get your hands on only the best CBD products, such as full-spectrum oils, gummies, paint salves, freezes, BCAAs, and more. Use promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, for up to 20% off of your entire order. We use Timeless CBD on a daily, and we haven't felt this good in years. We recommend Timeless CBD to anyone seeking treatment for numerous conditions. Once again, visit Timeless CBD with the link in the description and use promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get up to 20% off of your entire purchase. Not the appropriate time to leave, Moss. We all listened to you flush the toilet.
Well, I thought it was a bathroom break. By the way, Timeless CBD, I have it in my cup. The coffee, the Timeless CBD coffee, and caffeine, I got to piss. But I am not jittered while I pissed. So wonderful.
Wonderful.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get back into the news. JBH. Devin Clark is coming on in 30 minutes. So stand by, stay tuned, and be
Wonderful.
All right, here we go.
According to BJPenn.com, Colby Covington believes there is a very real possibility that Kamaru Usman doesn't show up at UFC 245.
Okay, let's see what he has to say.
Colby Covington will be fighting for the undisputed welterweight title at UFC 245 when he takes on current division champ Kamaru Usman. Chaos isn't holding his breath. The fight actually happens, as he believes there's a chance Kamaru Usman doesn't show up. Here's what he said. I was always worried Marty Fake Newsman wasn't going to show up and sign on the dotted line, and that is still a very real possibility. He said this to James Lynch, continuing on by saying there's a very real possibility he doesn't show up on December 14th, UFC 245. That is the only thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about anything on my end. I know what I bring to the table. The UFC knows what I bring to the table. I'm going to show up December 14th, and the most coveted title in the sports will get defended. He also continued by saying, I see a third round knockout finish. He's not going to last in the late rounds, and he's going to find out really quick that he's not as good as he thinks he is. He sucks at fighting. He's had an easy road to get there. He came in and beat all my sloppy seconds, and now he thinks he's God. Colby Covington explained now he's running into God, and he's going to find out on December 14th. He will be finished inside 3 rounds. Mark my words, you heard it here first with James Lynch. Take it to the bank.
All right, so Colby Chaos Covington saying Marty Usman not showing up. I bet Colby wishes Marty didn't show up because he's going to be in for a long night with that fight. It's a good one, though. Some people aren't excited because they're both grapplers. They like to take it to the ground, not known for, their heavy hands, but they're known for their pressure. Mm-hmm. And I'm in. I like that they're the same style. I think they are the two best grapplers right now, the best pressure fighters at 170, so I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it. And let's see. Jess, do you think Usman shows up?
I don't even think it's just Usman. I'm a little worried that either of them are going to come up with some bizarre excuse for this fight not to happen. We've seen it happen before with Colby Covington and Tyron Woodley. They went back and forth. First it was Woodley, then it was Covington, then it was Woodley, and they couldn't get that fight to happen for shit. And there was always excuse after excuse after excuse on both parties, not just one. So for Colby Covington to say, Kamaru Usman's going to come up with a reason to pull out, maybe he will. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if Colby Covington had some fucking stupid reason to pull out of the fight, you know? Mm-hmm. So I do think it's possible for something to happen that could in some way affect the fight. But don't put it all on Usman. I think Covington is just as capable of coming up with an excuse.
La Mala Vibra says double headbutt KO. What do you think, Jesse?
Wonderful.
Yeah,
No,
whatever
you're not
that
feeling
means.
The double headbutt KO? You don't think that's going to happen?
Yeah, sure.
I could totally see that happening. I'm with La Mala Vibra. Why the hell not? A lot of people are pumped up about the big fight this weekend, but is it a big card? That's the question. Whittaker versus Adesanya and Al Iaquinta versus Dan Hooker. Both fights I really want to see. I like both of them. I like the main, co-main, one belt, fine. Unification, I'm good. But why in Australia do we really... I mean, Tuivasa versus Spivak, or however you say his name. Spivak. I mean, Tuivasa always brings it. You know, that's one thing about him. He always brings it. So you got to say, okay, this is a pretty decent fight. Not anything I'm going to be like, I can't wait to see Tuivasa versus Spivak.
I can. I mean,
It should be all right.
I
Lima versus
Jumeau.
Okay. Jorgen De Castro. Hey, this guy is a Massachusetts friend over here that just won in the Contender Series. Wow. How about him getting on the main card?
Yeah, keep in mind, this was moved up because Holly Holm ended up pulling out of her bout for this card.
So, I mean, the East Coast people are pumped up. I don't know Justin Taffa. I have no idea.
Taffa.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Let's see. Let's find out as we scroll. UFC 243.
Who the fuck is that guy? I believe he's making his UFC debut, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. I do like how De Castro, he finished his fight. They throw him right on the main card in Australia.
So Justin Taffa is actually very close with Mark Hunt.
Mark what?
Mark Hunt.
Cunt?
Mark Hunt.
Wonderful.
I kid.
He's very close with him. I don't know. They're not related, but they're very close friends, and they train together.
How about this? Two very green fighters here. They're both undefeated. We have a Jorgen De Castro that's 5-0, and then a 3-0 Justin Taffa.
Taffa.
Excuse me, Taffa. My eyes they're failing me. It's my age. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
That is really interesting. But that goes to show you, is this card really that good? Vlad.
I see a knockout in the third round for a finish. Said by the guy on a 5-fight decision streak with pillows for hands. Colby and his fans are delusional.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he throw like he threw a shit ton of strikes at Robbie Lawler and
broke a
couldn't
record.
even knock him down.
Yeah, no, listen. He broke a record with strikes, and Robbie didn't. He just kept walking
Unfazed.
forward. Now Robbie's a beast. He's got a granite face.
Pillow hands. I like that.
He does have pillow hands. It's the truth. I mean, Marty's knocked someone out more recent than Colby Covington. So for Colby to say he's going to knock him out, no one believes that. I mean, even if you're a Colby Covington fan, do you really think that he's going to knock out Usman? What kind of crack are you smoking? Now, he may win. If you want to say he may win, but knock him out?
He knows what he brings to the table, and the UFC knows what he brings to the table, so he's not worried.
I think he's just saying that to sell the fight. I mean, I don't even think he believes that he's going to knock out the Nigerian Nightmare. I mean, I don't. I understand these fighters, they go into it thinking they're going to win. You have to. You can't go in there thinking you're going to lose.
Right.
But to think you're going to knock him out, what is he, on crack? Let's see in the chat. Does anyone in the chat believe that Covington's going to knock out Usman? I need to know from the peoples. I need the peoples to speak.
La Mala Vibra says, only interested with the last three on the main and Megan Anderson on the prelims. King K says Colby will get exhaustion TKO. Roberto, who has Colby knocked out? That's a good question.
Let's go check it out. I'll show you. Because that's what I do over here.
Let's take a look at the topology.
I make dreams come true. Now, I don't remember offhand, to be honest. Because I don't even know if it was in the UFC. Let's see.
I don't remember because I don't give a fuck.
UFC 2. What is it? UFC. Whoops. 245, right? Okay. Let's go check it out. There it is. Look at that. A beautiful poster, Jesse.
I don't like Mike's Hard as much as I like wine.
You're drinking Mike's Hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Maybe Mike's Hard doesn't like you. You ever think of that?
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. And we have a bunch in there. What are we going to do with it?
All right, here we go. We're going through unanimous decisions, which are impressive. Why am I showing this screen? What the fuck? I'm showing the wrong screen. All right, so we're going through unanimous decisions. Let's see. Unanimous decision. The ground and pound. Here it is. Max Griffin. Well, actually, so that was in the UFC against Max Griffin. He knocked him out in 2016. 8/20, 2016. The Diaz-McGregor 2 card. That was the last time he knocked someone out. Then he had a couple of fights over here. And the one that sticks out is the Damian Maia fight when he did the whole, he started with Dong Hyun Kim, and then Damian Maia, that's when he really did the whole filthy animal thing and changed his whole song and dance. But he did it, and it worked.
Yeah.
Dos Anjos, Lawler, and now he's fighting for a title. So, but before that, I mean, he was very quiet. Even with the knockout, he was very humble. So Max Griffin, the last time he submitted someone, how about this shit? Super chat.
The Decisionator.
Do you think UFC 244 will be the best fight card ever? That card is fucking stacked.
No.
I don't know. What was the card that had
217?
Was it 217?
Yeah. I mean,
GSP Bisping, Joanna versus Rose, and
Colby TJ.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Cody
fire.
TJ.
And then all fights switched hands, belts switch hands. No, I don't.
Yeah, that was the card of the underdogs.
Unless.
That was
All
a
right,
great
hold on.
card.
So, and thank you for the donation. Appreciate that, Connor. Very generous of you. You are wonderful. But no, I don't think this is going to be the best card of all time. I think that's a stretch. So the rear naked. So he got the knockout, Max Griffin, 2016, 8/20, right, with the ground and pound, and then he gets the choke. So the last time he choked someone out was the same year, 2016, a couple of months before that. So I mean, he really is just a decision machine. For years, he's been a decision machine. Now he's fighting Usman, who's got a ton of cardio, a ton of heart. I don't see him knocking this man out. I would be shocked if he knocked out Usman. I'm shocked if he beats him, let alone knocks him out. I mean, that's just, it's insane.
So in the chat, Sake World Believer says UFC 217 was the best card I've ever seen, but not the most stacked. Who was on the 214 card with Jones versus DC?
217, if you go look at it, from the pre-prelims all the way up to the main card, the shit was fire. Fire. The whole card.
But do you think you have a biased opinion because you went to that card live?
Nope, I don't. Because honestly, this card, before it even happened, we were like, oh man, they're not going to fucking sell any tickets, this and that. But I remember saying I wanted to be in the seats super early for the pre-prelims. I wanted to make sure I saw every fight. There's no card that I went to was like, I have to be in the seats for the pre-prelims. Yeah. And this card I did, and I was glad I did. The place was it was electric towards the end of the card. It was
I wish
fantastic.
I could have been there. I reacted to that one, and just seeing it from home, it was incredible. That card was great.
Now look at the 245 card. This is not saying 245 sucks in any way, because you do have some pretty damn good fights on here. You have Usman versus Covington at the top of the list. Max Holloway versus Volkanovski. It's probably going to be good. Volkanovski deserves that shot at the title. Good to go. Nunez Durandamy. Listen, Amanda's...
I know you think Nunez is going to run over GDR, but I really believe Durandamy is going to give her a little bit of a run, even if it's just for the first round.
Nah.
I think she's going to bring some fire, at least in the first round. She's going to really try to give her a run for her money.
The reason why this card is going to be a problem is the main event. It's going to be super exciting, but I feel it's going to be a decision. It's going to be a lot of grinding and humping. If there is a way that thing stays on the feet and somehow these guys are striking away, that'd be interesting to watch. But Max Holloway should beat Volkanovski. Amanda Nunez should beat Jermaine Durandamy. If that changes, if belts go in another direction that night, this card could turn to something special. If Durandamy wins and knocks out Nunez, and then Volkanovski knocks out Holloway, you're talking about something special. So it has all the makings of a card that could be very, very special. But if it goes the way I think it's going to go, and Nunez beats Durandamy, Holloway beats Volkanovski, and then this one here, the main event, is going to be a snuggle fest where they're both fighting for position for 5 rounds. It's not going to be a great card to remember. But if you have a war at the main event, Max Holloway gets defeated by Volkanovski in dramatic fashion. Jermaine Durandamy gets the dramatic finish over Amanda Nunez. You're talking about something crazy. Then you got Ponzinibbio versus Lawler. That's a really good fight.
It's incredible because especially Ponzinibbio is coming back after 2 surgeries, and he's never really failed us, Ponzi will not lose that fight. Yeah. He will not lose that fight. This guy is really fucking good, and he's got to have a chip on his shoulder after that long layoff. Now, Robbie Lawler, he always brings it. But some could argue he's falling out of his prime a little. Yeah. Listen, if you had to put a gun to my head, Ponzi would be the win in that one. But who knows? Robbie Lawler is a former champ. You never know with the guy. Sergio Pettis versus Skip. What? You don't want to see Pettis fight?
No. I honestly don't. I'm done with Sergio Pettis. I am done with him.
Oh, man.
His last fight, he doesn't do it for me. He doesn't.
I'm interested.
He bores the fuck out of me, to be honest.
His opponent is a badass.
All right, well, good for France. But I couldn't care less about that fight. Jessica Ai versus Arawa. Now, Jessica Ai, she's coming back. This is the first fight back since... Is it the first fight back since she got her bell rung? The Evil Eye? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, Shevchenko.
Oh, man, I remember that fight. Oh my God, she destroyed her.
How could you forget?
That kick.
So, this is her first fight back from Shevchenko. It should be interesting to see what kind of Jessica Ai comes back. Matt Brown versus Ben Saunders.
Great fight.
Very good fight. And that's the second one on the pre-prelims. So you got some good ones here. Soriano versus Piachota.
We've seen Piachota fight before.
Oh, shit, yeah. He's all right. It's not a bad fight over there. So, I mean, it's a solid card. Top to bottom, very solid card.
Go down. Soriano is coming out of the Contender Series, I believe.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's this is going to be his debut, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's check out Soriano.
Yeah, this is going to be his debut.
Jamie Pickett, he won a unanimous decision. So, welcome to the UFC.
Good card.
Yeah, the card's it's good. I'm telling you, this could be a great card only if certain things happen. And I think that's what happened with UFC 217. You saw the first time ever, 3 title changes. Now, if Covington wins, Volkanovski wins, Durandamy wins, you're talking about one of the greatest cards.
Yeah.
You are. Because now you have belts flipping again. You got that 217 vibe.
Even if Volkanovski and Covington win and Amanda Nunes still retains her belt, as long as Durandamy puts a hell of a fight up, which I believe she will, it'll still be an epic fight to watch.
It's a good card. It is. And it helps that they put this Usman Covington at top. A lot of people aren't going to like it, because most likely it's going to be a snuggle fest. Fight for position fest. But I think it really made the card fill out nicely.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I can't complain.
Yep, I'm not complaining either. All right, so fuck that card. Let's go back into this card over here that's happening this weekend, and then we'll get back into the news.
I have something on Adesanya, actually.
All right, give me more Adesanya. Give it to me.
Well,
do it for me.
According to Israel Adesanya, since you want to talk about the card, it's actually the next one. Adesanya, his UFC, go up a little bit. His UFC 243 salary is actually higher than Robert Whittaker's. And he says that that's because he moves the culture and doesn't call in sick. Now,
affirmative action, is that what's going on here?
Well, he's getting paid higher than the champ. So makes you wonder how the UFC is actually running behind the scenes.
That's a joke, by the way.
Robert Whittaker will enjoy the hometown advantage when he meets Israel Adesanya in a middleweight title unification fight this Saturday at UFC 243 in Melbourne, Australia. The pay-per-view event is set to go down inside the 53,000-seat Marvel Stadium, which will accommodate more than that for a UFC event. According to Adesanya, the only reason the UFC pulled the trigger on staging the title fight in such a big arena was because of his draw, not that of the hometown champions.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he told Submission Radio, quote, if it was Rob or anyone else, it could be Rob Romero Part 3, it could be Rob and Chris Weidman, it could be Rob and anyone else. It would not be at Marvel Stadium. It would not be in that kind of an echelon, that kind of a capacity, because it's just Rob. But at the same time, this is me.
Wait, hold on a second. He's saying
he's the draw and Rob Whittaker is not.
Are you kidding me?
That's what he's saying. But let me continue.
People of Australia love Bobby Knuckles.
Well, let me continue.
Oh, how delusional is this fucking guy?
Not shy on confidence, the last stylebender who hails from New Zealand, which is nearby.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he is the one who's been doing the work to shine light on the event and the sport in Australia, saying, quote, we have to just be honest. We can't just lie about it. I've been the one pushing the culture forward for fighting down here with my team, and he, unfortunately, hasn't been because, unfortunately, he's been pulling out sick. And that's okay.
Yeah, he almost died. He almost fucking died. Like what is he? Is he kidding me?
Well, he hasn't been shy about calling Whittaker out for pulling out big fights because of the illness or injury.
He's such a pussy. He almost died. He should have went in there and died.
Well, that's just another reason Adesanya claims he's getting a bigger fighter pay than the champ for the event. He says, quote, and that's okay. I called in sick back in my old job once in a while. I know the vibes. But yeah, I'm the one pushing the culture forward, so let's put it this way. If it was anyone else with Rob, it would not be in the Marvel Stadium. It wouldn't sell out the way it has been, but because it's me, that's why. There's a reason why I'm getting paid more than him, substantially more than him. There's a reason why my stock is much higher than his.
Well, the UFC is very fond of Adesanya, and rightfully so. The guy's flashy. The guy's got the swag. He's got the villain. He's got the good guy approach. He doesn't even seem like a bad guy. You know, as much as I'm horsing around about him,
he could be a little more humble about it. And
he's selling a fight. That's what he's doing. He's selling a fight. But his tactics here could crumble.
Yeah.
You know, well, first of all, he's this whole, you know, him pulling out and this and that. Yeah, I mean, he's been victim to injury, but the last time, even Dana White, who loves to throw his fighters under the bus, was very adamant about the fact that Robert Whittaker could have died.
Yeah.
You know, if he would have competed, God knows what would have happened to Bobby Knuckles. So for him to call him out because of that, it's kind of classless, right? I mean, let's be honest.
I can't kill the guy.
What the fuck?
Mean, I do agree he could have been more humble, but what would have that done? Nothing. Then we wouldn't be talking about him right now.
All right, let me put it to you this way. When Conor McGregor said he wanted the whole blue lips thing with Khabib, that was pretty classless, right?
Well, that's a little bit different. He was talking about completely murdering Khabib.
Okay.
He's just talking about pay. Who cares?
So now you're talking about this. He's like, well, he should have showed up instead of called in sick.
Yes.
So what is he trying to say? He should have died?
No, he's saying that he's more devoted to the sport than Whittaker is.
So he would have died in the cage.
Yeah, I don't think he's really looking at the severity.
I wish the reporter would have been like, so let me get this straight, Mr. Adesanya. I'm not processing this correctly. You're saying that you would have shown up and died in the cage. That's how much you love this sport.
He might have.
Yeah, man, I would have showed up and died.
That's not how he talks.
I don't know how. I got to work on my Izzy.
Yeah. I can't kill the guy, man. I can't.
Well, he can't kill the guy because he wants to kill Bobby Knuckles. And not even in the cage. He wants him to die medically.
I love him. I love him.
Oh, my God.
He's the best.
Well, Adesanya loses this fight. Peace. That's it for the Adesanya
Not for
train. I'm telling you right now.
Not for me. I'll ride hard until he wins another fight.
Look what happened to Darren Till. Now, Darren Till did not get the gold.
I never left the Till train.
Okay. Darren Till didn't get the gold, but he didn't get the opportunity. He didn't get, I think Izzy's path was more beneficial to Adesanya. It worked out better. He fought the guys he had to fight to get the gold around the waist. Not saying he's a bad fighter, but I don't think he's the type of guy that can hold on to a championship. I think he did what he had to do. Some might say it could be like a Conor McGregor path, right?
He's got a pretty good record behind him. Pretty good winning streak. You can't shit on that.
Who did he fight?
You can't shit on his winning streak.
You want me to go through his record? Would you
for it.
like me to go through the Adesanya record over here? And hopefully
Gastelum? Why do you treat Gastelum like he was such a can?
He's not a can. He's a welterweight. He's a good
So
welterweight.
What? So, lately you've been doing this whole size shit, and you never cared about that when Conor McGregor's moving around on sizes.
Conor McGregor went up 2 weight classes to fight.
So
Okay?
what?
Adesanya, he says he's going to go up to 2
Did
weight
he win
classes.
when he went up 2 weight classes?
Yeah, he did.
Exactly. So any lower level fighter can go up in a weight class
First of
and
all,
win. So it's not a fucking excuse.
The people that are comparing him,
Gastelum's a welterweight. He can't move up. He can't move
he
up.
won
and
the
win
belt.
fight.
Listen to this. He won the belt, the interim title, off of a
Biased.
welterweight. When Conor McGregor won the lightweight title, he beat the greatest lightweight of all time.
But he's
Okay?
my point is.
Hold
he
on a
moved up.
second.
No,
And
no,
then
no,
he
no,
beat
no.
an Eddie
You can't
Alvarez,
use this
who was a
argument
stud at
about fighters
155.
that move up in weight and win.
So hold on.
And if they lose, you can't be like, oh, he was too small. Because Conor moved up and won. Was he too small?
Who did he win a belt off of?
No, you just told
Who
me.
did he
Conor
win a
moved-
belt off of
We're not talking
that was
belts.
undersized for
We're
the weight
not talking
class?
belts. We're not talking belts. You said Conor went up and won. That's what you said.
I am talking about
2 weight classes, not just one.
Jesse.
2.
Listen, you are arguing the fact that Adesanya deserves
I'm
that.
arguing the fact that a
Hold on.
fighter can go up in
Hold
weight
on.
and
Can
be
I
just
talk?
as good, if not better.
You are arguing the fact that Adesanya is a champion for the right reasons.
Stand by your man, Moss.
He is a champion for the wrong reasons because he won a strap off of a welterweight. Conor McGregor won the 145 belt off of a 145er.
It doesn't matter who you compare
Eddie Alvarez
to. You'll
is a
find a reason for Conor to be
155er,
better.
and Conor
You'll
beat him.
always find a reason for Conor to be
Mike
better.
drop, motherfucker.
All right.
Adesanya
Keep-
is a complete hype train.
Yeah.
And when he loses to Bobby Knuckles, who did fight at welterweight at one point, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If he wins this fight, I will say this. I have to give him the respect he deserves.
Super chat.
I will give it, but it's not going to happen because he's not going to win. King K.
Nate was a 55er at 170.
He was
Voila.
a 150. And was that a title fight, King K?
Voila.
Was
But
that a
that's not
title
the
fight?
point.
No. The
The
answer
point
is no.
is that fighters can move up and be just as good, if not better.
Listen,
And you
I
use
am
this
talking.
argument like, oh, he was smaller.
I am talking facts. Everyone
what-
says
if
Conor.
you're
Hold
talking
on a
facts,
second.
then why do you
Why do you
contradict
babble
yourself?
over people? I am talking facts. Conor McGregor won the 145-pound belt off of the best 145er of all time, Jose Aldo. Then he won the 155-pound belt off of a 155er. He was a Bellator champion. This man came into the UFC. He was a UFC champion, and Conor won the belt off of him. Now, guys, to compare Adesanya to Conor McGregor, you guys are smoking the crack. You are on a crack rock. You take Conor McGregor away. Now, if you want to say this, if you want to say the path to the belts is similar, I can see the argument. If you want to say the path to the belt is similar with Adesanya and McGregor, I can see that a little bit.
Lee
But
W just summed it up perfectly. It's
Yes,
not
good.
about wins, or it's about wins, not titles or sizes.
what the fuck?
When
So
you're comparing fighters.
I said Adesanya won the belt off a smaller guy. He won the belt off a smaller guy. So it's not a real belt.
Are you blind to this argument?
I'm a winner. Conor Hernandez.
Oh my God.
Dustin was better at lightweight than feather.
That is true. That is absolutely true. I don't know what it has to do with this conversation, but it is true. He is better at 155. The comparison to Conor McGregor as a champion is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Conor had his own unique path. Now, if you want to say on the way up, I could see similarities. He had his own path. Adesanya is still making his mark in the UFC. He has a chance to solidify himself to be the person he says he is. He has not done that yet. And to the delusional people that think Adesanya is a stud, you are going to be in for a rude awakening on Saturday.
Connor going to 170 showed weight matters JBH wrong.
And now listen to this. Conor McGregor wasn't supposed to fight at 170. He took the fight on short notice. He was supposed to bail. But Nate Diaz came in and is like, I only could fight at 170. I can't cut the weight. Let's have this at 170. Conor went up 2 weight classes to fight a 155er at 170 that he wasn't even supposed to fight. Then, full training camp, went after Nate Diaz at 170 and then beat him. Conor at 170 does not belong there. Israel Adesanya at light heavyweight does not belong there. Or heavyweight. Apples and oranges.
Israel's fought at heavyweight before.
In kickboxing.
So what?
This is MMA. It's a whole different
He still made
game.
the weight, and he won.
If an MMA fighter and a kickboxer fighter, right? They have their own sports here. You put a kickboxing fighter, Gokhan Saki. You put him over at mixed martial arts, and look what happens.
Moss,
Look what happens.
listen, I respect your opinion, but I also respectfully disagree with you. I always will, and I think you'll always find any reason to make Conor better than anyone else.
I didn't bring Conor up in this. You did. You're trying to grasp at straws
who
here.
brought Conor up in this?
You did.
How did I bring him up?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why. You're saying, well, you like Conor McGregor for this, this, and this. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second.
No. I got to go back and listen to this because I do not recall bringing up Conor McGregor.
So this is what I'm saying. Yeah, because you panicked. You're like, oh my God, Adesanya, you like Conor McGregor. Let's attack Conor.
What?
It's apples and oranges. I will
well,
trounce
why
you
would
in
you
every
get so
conversation.
triggered if that's something you're so concerned about? Why would
I am
you
not
get so
triggered. I'm correct.
He does get triggered with Conor.
No, I have to. Well, Kainoto. Listen, Kainoto's a closet Conor fan. We all know that. Now, I do want to see this. I kind of want to see Adesanya beat Whittaker, just for this reason. Super chat coming in.
I did bring up Conor.
Kickboxing is full of bums.
There you go. That's right. I agree, King K. I do want to see him beat Whittaker because I would love to see Jon Jones beat the living shit out of him. It would be so funny. It would be so funny watching Jon Jones play with him. Like Jon Jones would play with him like a cub and a papa lion, you know? Just fucking smacking him around, throw him against the cage, fucking put him up into a pretzel, elbow the shit out of him, drive knees into his face. I would love to see that, but it's not going to happen. We're not going to get it because Whittaker's going to beat him. Super chat.
Moss, what was your point again? I missed it.
Listen, I got to say this.
Oh my God.
If you don't get my point, it's fine because I'm
babbling.
here and everyone else is here that doesn't agree.
No, it's
That's how
because
it
you
works.
sound so triggered right now, Moss.
Well,
You just
listen.
got to let it go. We agree to disagree.
Well, it's not that.
You just got to let it go.
We agree that this is the thing. We will find out this Saturday that Adesanya is such a hype train, and then you're going to suck the next hype train up because that's how you work.
Well, what? That's how
Darren
it
Till, Adesanya, Kuti Laba, fucking who else?
When was
Costa,
I ever on a Q Lava hype train?
All these guys that are coming up. Johnny Walker. The next best thing, Jesse.
Right.
The next best thing.
You want to rewind for a minute? First of all, Costa, no. Q Laba, no. I have no idea where you came up
Johnny
with those
Walker.
two names. Yes, Johnny Walker,
Okay.
100%. I
Darren
think he has
Till.
absolute talent. Absolutely, and I never jumped off that train. I
Okay.
still love him to death.
Okay.
And if Adesanya loses, guess what? I'm not jumping off that train either.
Right off
So
the train.
you can do this whole, oh, she's on a hype train. By the way, thanks for making up two names that I have zero hype train over at all.
Listen.
Those were, I've never once hyped about Costa or Q Lava. I've picked them in fights, but I've never hype trained over
You
them.
sound triggered.
No, because you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you for this, Moss.
Ooh.
Listen, I jump on hype trains. I fully admit I am on board with hype trains. If I see a fighter that shows some semblance of significant talent, and if I think that they can get them, I never did that when you were battling.
Whoa, easy.
If
Whoa,
I
she's
think they can
grabbing
get
me.
themselves a
Me
fucking
too.
title shot, then hell yeah, I'm gonna jump on that train. And if they lose, I don't jump off the train. I still root for them.
So here's the go.
So you
Here's
can
the deal.
do this whole hype train shit with casuals,
Casual.
except me, who doesn't jump off the hype trains. I fucking stay on and I stay by my fighters
Easy.
even when they lose.
Someone
So
call the
fuck
cops.
you, motherfucker. Get off my ass. Put this finger up your fucking asshole.
All right, so we
Coming out of your mouth.
Once again, I win. All right, we have Devin Clark that's going to be coming on very soon. Jesse finally got triggered. We were waiting for this to happen, and it has
Moss, you
happened.
get triggered every time someone mentions
Great.
Conor McGregor.
Listen, I jumped on the Conor train. Conor gave me 2 belts.
You get
Conor
I can say one
Conor-
bad thing about
Conor
Conor.
did what he had to do.
And you're going to be like, Conor this, me. I saw Conor's cock, me. Conor McGregor, me. Conor.
What are
Like,
you
shut
doing?
the fuck up, man.
Jesus
Shut
Christ.
up. Next time
Hype train whore.
you try and get
Welcome to the Hype Train show.
Whore? Nigga,
Yeah.
don't make me fucking punch you in the fucking penis. I will do it.
She She's a sucker for a hype train. All right, we got to call up Devin Clark. He is at Jackson Wink right now. And Jesus, wow. Jesse's fired up. I don't know what happened over here. She lost her shit as she's chugging away. All right, so Devin Clark's going to call right now. Jesse's going to get the comments from the chat. Let's go to Jackson Wink right now. I hope Devin was watching this at the gym to see how nuts this fucking show is. Because, Jesus Christ, I don't know what the fuck just happened there. All right, here we go. Let's call up Devin. Let's get him on the horn.
You're calling me, Moss.
Oh, shit. Fuck,
So,
why are you in the queue?
Good job.
I'm calling Jesse. I'm trying to call the sane part of Jesse. Kevin from Chicago. What?
Split decision win against Marvin Vittori. Boring decision against 48-year-old washed-up Anderson Silva. TKO win against human punching bag Derek Brunson. Decision win against short fat welterweight Gas Lewin. Guy is a bum in a bum division.
Thank you, Kevin. Finally, someone that makes sense. Anyway, thank you for the donation. All right, let's call Devin. What the fuck is going on here? Fucking Kevin from Chicago preaching right now. Preaching. All right, let's get it. Sounds like a submarine.
We all live in the yellow submarine.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there he is. Devin Clark. What's up, Devin?
Yo, how's it going?
Hey, we're wonderful, man.
I see a ginger beard.
Uh-oh, hold on. Can you put the phone sideways for a second? There it is. All right, much better. Devin, what's going on?
Oh, no, hanging out, training. Yeah, I have the ginger beard. Hell yeah.
All right, so we need the origin. By the way, we just had the craziest debate ever. I don't even know what's going on. Maybe let's ask you real quick. All right, now Devin Clark's been on the show multiple times. He's a freaking celebrity. This guy. He's in Jackson Wink, getting ready for a big fight. We're talking about Israel Adesanya here.
Yeah.
Is this guy overrated or what?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
What the fuck?
Fuck that guy.
Thank you, Devin. Preach.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just too much, man. Like, yeah, he's good. He's really good, but
That's right.
to be calling out, first he called out Jon Jones, and now I saw some shit today about him wanting to fight Stipe and just trolling, doing stupid shit, but
he's still good, right? You said he's good.
yeah, he's really good.
All right.
But is he one of the best? No.
There you go.
Get out of here.
This man is a professional UFC fighter speaking the damn truth over here. Devin, it's good to see you. By the way, all right, so what happened to this orange thing? I like it. I'm a ginger, for God's sake. So I think you're going for my look. What's going on here, Devin?
Kinda, yeah. No, I just dyed it. Something fun, just change it up a little bit. Be a little different, I guess.
Well, it looks good. And now, are you going to keep this look, or is it just for the big fight coming up in 2 weeks?
It'll be just for the fight because I have a wedding to go to the week after, so I think my wife's gonna make me cut it.
No. Well, yeah.
Not cut it, but I'll dye it or something. I don't know. I don't know if I'll cut it or not. But.
Now, is this the beginning of a new Devin Clark here? I mean, you are coming off a win. You're looking to fight another tough opponent. It seems like the UFC keeps on throwing tough opponents your way, and you don't care. You're like, let's go. Is this the new Devin Clark that we're looking at right now?
Trying to be. Yeah, I'm starting to feel good. I'm starting to come to my own as a UFC fighter, not let alone an MMA fighter. When I started with the UFC, I had five pro fights, I think, and now I'm on my 8th UFC fight, and I've learned so much, and just it's progressing and maturing as a fighter, and shit's starting to click, and it's I'm ready to start going on a tear here and start fucking these guys up that think they're good, and these newcomers and whatever that think they're knock a guy out and they're a hot shot.
Has there been much trash talk leading up to this fight?
No, not really. There's like one little Twitter exchange where he thought he was cool. I don't know. Some guy thought that I was gonna win the fight, or that it'd be a tough fight for Span, and Span got butthurt about it. And what did he say? He kept questioning the guy. Why do you think it's gonna be a tough fight for me? And blah blah blah. Then I'm like, chill out, bro. He's just a fan. And then he's says some shit. He's like, oh, I bet I'll still be the favorite in the fight. Like, all right, dude. That means shit to me. But I think he is the favorite because he knocked out Little Nog. But that's an old little nog.
There you go. And it's funny. It seems like he came from the Contender Series, this guy. It seems like they're always throwing you these guys, these younger guys that are coming in, that are trying to make the name for themselves. It's not like they give you easy opponents here. Is there a little bit of a chip on your shoulder like, hey, enough's enough. I'm the real deal, and I need to show something in this fight?
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe that's what the UFC is trying to get me to do. I don't know. It's yeah, I've been fighting long enough. I haven't had a knockout, haven't, won a fight bonus or anything like that. But I've been, like I said, I've been maturing and honing my game. And when that shit comes, it's going to come. But until then, I'll, keep fighting these young dudes that are trying to, get a name off of knocking me out.
Well, it was an impressive win over Darko Stosic. I can never say these names. Rakic over there. Before that, they give you Rakic, for God's sakes. This guy is a freaking savage. I can't believe how good this guy is over here. And then Rodriguez, you get the big win over Rodriguez. And then before that, Blachowicz. And Blachowicz is another beast. So the two losses on your record over here, it's not like you're losing to scrubs. You're losing to contenders here. This is crazy stuff. Yeah. So now you've been saying you've been looking for this knockout. This is what you want, right? I mean, you have a wrestling background. Are you looking to put this man to sleep in next week?
I'm always looking to. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm always looking to put these guys to sleep. And I've had a few almost moments, especially with Rakic. I had him finished damn near twice. The first exchange, I dropped him, and then I landed 13 unanswered knees. The ref didn't stop it. Then he ended up catching me later on in the round. But it's it is what it is. I'm just gonna keep fighting, keep getting better, and I take it. If I'm almost knocking these guys out, it's going to come a time where I actually do it. So I'm just get over here getting better. Train at Jackson Wink MMA with a bunch of big-ass dudes and really talented people and coaches, and it's a matter of time. Like I said, I'm just coming in my own right now, trying to figure that out.
Well, I got to say this. It's not like we've spoken about this before. It's not like you train with scrubs, for God's sakes. You got Jon Bones Jones in your camp again, it looks like.
Yeah, he's been a real help to me, especially this fight. Ryan Spann, my opponent, he's 6'5", similar build to Jon. He's a striker, so Jon's helped me, dissect this guy's, what he does, and we put together a plan, especially with the coaches too, and it's been really good. And I got some other big ass black guys too. So,
who's the biggest black guy at Jackson Wink?
Well, Dontel Mays is training here now too.
Oh, it's right. I saw that. I did read that.
He was on the Contender Series. He's big and black.
He's like a big caveman, that guy. He's tremendous. How tall is that dude?
Yeah. He's 6'5" or 6'6".
You know what we're talking about? The guy from the Contender?
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like he's out of the Stone Age. It looks like he came in there with a club and he's ready to kill somebody. I mean, is he a sweetheart? Is he a teddy bear? Or is he like that in real life too?
Super nice guy.
Okay.
Everybody here is super nice. I mean, you got to be at Jackson Wink because there's always another badass right in the same room. So can't get too crazy around here.
It seems like a rotating door of badasses with Jackson Wink. It's crazy who you guys train with. My head is blown. My mind's blown every time I see it on Instagram. Now, speaking of Jackson Wink, every time I speak to you, it seems like there's always drama. What's going on here? Why is there always a dark cloud over this gym? It seems like you guys are always having a good time, and then you hear some stupidity out there, and now there's a striking coach that's talking all this shit.
I'm not gonna go too into detail about it, but things that were said weren't true. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Like I stand by my team, Jackson Wink and Jon Jones, and whatever was said was not true at all. It was disrespectful, out of line, and there was underlying reasons why he wasn't here. So why he got let go. And I'm not really in the deal, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But like I said, I stand by my team and my friends. So.
Well, there you go. We're with Devin Clark live on the MMA-Holes 10-3-0 big fight coming up next week. And this is in Florida, right? If I'm not mistaken, this is a Tampa fight?
Yeah.
Tampa.
Right.
Yep.
Have you ever fought in Tampa before?
No.
It's your first time.
I've been to Florida like one time, and I didn't like it, but I guess I'm going back.
Well, hopefully no hurricanes or anything like that, right?
Yeah, hopefully it'll be good,
Now, you have a teammate that's fighting on this card as well. A big fight, main event action here. Michelle Waterson. Yeah. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that fight over here. I mean, this could be the one that brings her to a title shot. What do you think about that fight?
I think she has good chances. Michelle's a badass. She's been training a long time. She's really good, and I know she's been working her ass off because she's been right alongside me, so I know it. But yeah, I hope she goes out there and beats Joanna, and it should be pretty close to a title shot at that point. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that if she beats Joanna and Jacek or Joanna, former champion. I mean, I guess you can't call Joanna champion anymore, right? That's a big deal. That is a big deal. I would love to see her with a title shot over there. She's got her hands full with that fight.
I think she deserves it. She's worked, like I said, she's been working hard. She's a good mom and wife and all that. And, that's adds to her persona too. And it's really cool to see. So it'd be really cool to see her as a champion. I think she can do it.
Now, Devin Clark, we've seen pictures on Instagram over and over again. You guys are having so much fun at this gym, it seems like. You're always smiling. You're doing handstands, walking around upside down and stuff. Are you guys very competitive, like outside of the training, just goofing around? And who is the biggest clown of the gym?
Yeah, everybody's pretty competitive here. There's been foot races and all that, and arguments that were after that. But yeah, we're pretty competitive. I don't know who the biggest clown is, but everybody likes to have fun. But when it comes time to train, we're pretty, we take it pretty serious, and we train so hard that afterwards, it's a pretty good release when we train that hard. So then, we like to smile and have fun, be positive here. Even with all the bullshit that goes on from the outside world that's just hating on us.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's always circling around, but every time we look on social media, you guys are smiling and laughing. I noticed before we went live, I noticed on Twitter that Jon Jones is going back and forth with the Adesanya thing. And Chris Weidman, and these guys are like, everyone wants a piece of Jon Jones over here. Is he laughing? Like when you guys are in the gym, does he, like when he's done with social media, is he looking at you guys and be like, could you believe this shit?
I haven't been around him in a while he's tweeting, but in the past, yeah. I mean, it's like he has fun with it, I mean, you kind of have to because, and I can't really speak for him because I've never had so many people. I haven't had everybody come at me. Nobody gives a shit about me, but for a guy like that, he's been on the top so long. Everybody wants that spot, even though they might not realize they can't. Like they're not the right guy to even approach that. But it's people, they like to call it the champ. It is what it is.
It's another day at the office for him, right?
Yeah, I mean he's used to it by now. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he deserves to be pound for pound? I have arguments with my co-host over here. I'm gonna call her out. I think he's a pound for pound GOAT. Jesse doesn't. Jesse's saying Khabib time. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
well, you're biased. You're biased. You're his friend. Of course you're going to say he deserves to be a pound-for-pound fighter.
He's not with you right now. You don't train with him anymore. You're just a spectator. Who would you say is pound for pound?
Jon Jones.
See?
All right. Here's the thing. Listen.
Simple.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it short and to the point, right?
What's your argument?
In no way do I think Jon Jones is a bad fighter. I think he's great. He's an excellent fighter. But there have been a lot of controversial situations that make me wonder where his position is in the UFC. It made a lot of other fans wonder. When I look at Khabib's an undefeated fighter. He's got no contests on his record whatsoever. The guy has fought. Now, in argument, Jon Jones has fought absolute beasts, and I'll give him that. Like, he's fought some serious beasts in the cage. So I'm well aware of how good Jon Jones is, but there are a lot of other factors that I like to take into account when it comes to Khabib that make me feel that Khabib, maybe Jon Jones should be a number 2 and Khabib should be the pound for pound fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's in the title. It's pound for pound fighter, so it's got to be based on how they fight and what they've done in their fights, right? So I mean, people really don't discredit Mike Tyson with all the stuff he's done. He's the GOAT, and everybody knows. Nobody's gonna argue that.
Yeah.
Again, he did some shit.
Yeah.
He did it all.
How crazy Mike Tyson was, but I'm gonna say Jon Jones.
Okay, Jon Jones for the win. Let us know in the chat. Jesse's taking questions from the chat, and we'll get to that in a second. But we are live with Devin Clark. He's got a big fight coming up. Ryan Spann is his opponent. Ryan Spann is on a little bit of a winning streak, but Devin is the UFC vet here. I mean, we can call you a vet now. 8 fights in the UFC. This is like another day at the office. You got to be super pumped. Is there a new walkout song? Is your father going to be in your corner?
My father will be in my corner, of course, and I'm not sure of my walkout song yet. I haven't picked it. I walked out to a different one my last fight in Sweden, and that was pretty cool. It's more of like a rock song from a dude named Ryan Upchurch. He's kind of more of a underground country rap rock guy.
Okay.
But it was a good vibe for it. So, but from Tampa, I don't know. We'll see.
Is it refreshing not having to travel to another world to fight? Like you could actually go to Florida this time?
Florida's a hop, skip, and a jump. Like the bullshit you got to deal with getting into another country and flying over there, all that, like 9-10 hour airplane flights, and it messes up my water load and my weight cut and everything. And yeah, just to go to Florida, leave on Tuesday, get there on Tuesday, don't have to worry about a time change. Perfect, easy.
Now I have a very tough question for you, Devin Clark. Now every time you come on here, you field the questions very nicely, but this one, I know you're a married man, and we found this out, and congratulations, you got a beautiful family. We've seen it on Instagram. I look at your Instagram every day. I just look at it. I love it.
Appreciate it.
We want to play a game called Fuck, Marry, Kill, or F, Marry, Kill, okay? We're going to play this game with you, and we need you to answer honestly, okay? And I have 3 young ladies, all beautiful women, over here. You ready?
I think so. I might answer.
Okay. All right, here we go. Valentina Shevchenko, the Karate Hottie, and Holly Holm.
I can't fucking answer that. Get out of here.
You got to do it, Devin. They are not watching. No one watches this show. Holly Holm, Michelle Watersons, and Valentina Shevchenko. Kill Valentina. You train with the other 2, right? Just kill her. Off her.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Okay.
All right.
Now, who are you having sex with?
Yeah. Who do you fuck and who do you marry?
No.
All right. We had to try. I had to try, right?
Yeah,
I told him beforehand. I said, "There's no way he's answering this question."
All right.
Hell no.
Fine.
Hell no.
All right. Now bring Jon Jones over. I want to ask him the same question. Is that cool or no?
He's not here.
Damn it. I had to try. All right. So anyway.
So I'm not sure what time he'll be here.
That's all right. Listen, I mean, we don't.
He wouldn't answer the question either.
Yeah, he walked away from me once. He's not gonna.
Yeah.
Ask him when you see him though. Next time you train with him, say, "Hey, John, listen, I got a great question for you."
Okay.
All right. Now,
I could do that.
I got a question here that you usually, when you do media, right, you get asked the same questions over and over again. And I'm sure I asked some questions that you heard a million times over and over again. Does it get tiring? Like when you're doing these media things and these press things and you got to answer the same thing from different media outlets and members. Eventually, do you want to say, shut the fuck up or leave me alone? Do you ever want to snap at these people or hear different questions?
No, it's my job. I mean, if I was upset with that, I know it's part of the job, and being a professional athlete, you're going to be asked questions. It's part of it. At first, when I started out, I wasn't comfortable doing media and stuff like that, but now it's just, it's one of those things that go with being a fighter. And being in the UFC, every fight, there's pre-fight media, and by now I'm just used to it. So, just get used to answering questions, and it's only going to get worse. So, yeah.
Do you feel that that it's more of a business now being in the UFC than it is a sport?
I don't know if it's more, but it's definitely important. It's way more important now, I think. You're not just going out there and fighting anymore.
Yeah.
There's so many more things so many more options business-wise that you can get into and that your fighting reflects. Yeah. So vice versa. So yeah, it's the business part is very important now.
How does the game look compared to you started looking for a fighter? Isn't that where the UFC found you or? Okay, so that's
looking for a fight. Yeah.
Okay, looking for a fight.
I was fighting in my hometown in South Dakota.
Okay, so that happens. You get into the UFC. It must have been huge. You change weight classes, and now here you are in 2019, fighting again, looking for this 2-fight win streak. Kind of right in the mix over here. If you win, I mean, this throws you into a situation here. 2-fight win streak. You keep fighting their guys that they're always trying to pump up. Now you're in business here. How does it feel being in this situation as opposed to just getting into the UFC?
I guess I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I'm just living in the moment. And I was at the time too when I got signed to UFC. I know I have to win my next fight, and that's always the goal. Win the next fight. and you win, and you continue on to the career. If you don't, the career might end shortly. So got to keep winning. That's the name of the game. So yeah, it's kind of, I don't have I can't really say that I don't have as much to prove because I have more to prove now. Because I've had fights, and now I need to prove that I can take that next step and be a next level fighter and a real contender. So
there you go. Devin Clark is fighting in 2 weeks, big card, Florida, and he has a big task ahead of him. He's going for 2 in a row over here. Ryan Spann is his opponent, and he is wonderful, but not as wonderful as Devin Clark, of course. Now, Jesse has questions from the chat. We're going to get to that right now. Jesse, does he have to brace himself? What do we have here?
I'm sure. I have a fucking red beard.
They're not horrible questions. I mean, but they're not your normal MMA questions that you would find anywhere else. So.
And expect them to be.
Just prepare yourself. First, post.
Hold on a second. Oh, real quick, we have a donation that came in. I muted the donation, so let me see if I can play this donation real quick. Okay, here we go.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
Now, this is from Vlad.
Come on, Moss. We already know John banged Holly. Question for Devin. With Chris Weidman getting finished in 4 of his last 5 fights by 185-pounders, how do you think he fares in his next fight with an even heavier fighter in Reyes at 205?
That's actually a good question. But besides the first thing.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. It might be a good fight. It might not. You never know with Weidman. He's got skill. He's a former champion, and we'll see how he comes out this fight. But Reyes is a dangerous fighter for sure.
We had the pleasure of doing a podcast with Ray Longo, Weidman's coach, and he was saying that seems like the plan. They want him to go up, reinvent his career and go after Jon Jones to solidify his legacy. He beat Anderson Silva and now come up and slay the next GOAT over here. Does Jon Jones laugh at this? I saw his Instagram post. He's got to find this funny, right? That everyone's coming after him.
I haven't talked to him about it, about that one. But I think it seemed like he found it funny. Like, yeah. Come on, Weidman's got some fights to go before he gets to Jon. So,
so how many fights would you say? Do you think the one fight's not enough? He's got to get a couple in there before he gets up there?
No, I mean, he's definitely got to get a couple more. I mean, I don't see how beating Reyes puts him into title contingent, and vice versa too. Reyes probably thinks he needs a title fight after that, maybe, but you got to fight the contenders. You got to earn it.
There you go. All right, what else we got in the chat, Jess?
All right, I just want to mention to some of the people in the chat who are saying that their question was missed. If you think your question was missed, just redrop it and I'll ask it. Post Resurrected wants to know, do you listen to Hootie and the Blowfish?
Not really, but I listen to Darius Rucker.
Oh,
all right.
The country version.
Would you hide under the cage if USADA showed up?
No.
Kainoda?
Is that the first time you were asked that?
Yeah, first time I've been asked that.
Oh, okay. So it's first for everything, right? All right. What?
Greg Odom Blaze wants to know, does your beard help you eat pussy better?
Well, all beards are the same, right? No?
Kainoda
helps me.
Kainoda 74 says, what's your credit score?
I don't even know.
Is this why Jon Jones will never come back on this show? Is this the reason? What do you think?
Maybe, yeah. Who knows? Flattered Deacon would like to know if you think Bobby Knuckles KOs Izzy.
Oh, here we go.
I hope so. Fuck yeah, I hope so. I mean, he's got a chance, right? And somebody needs to humble that guy a little bit.
Yeah. Drunk Savage, this is not a question. He wants you to come out to Never Gonna Give You Up, the song, for your next fight.
What song is that?
Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down.
Oh, the Rick Astley Rick Roll song.
Yeah, that one.
That'd be great.
It wouldn't be bad, I guess, but...
How about something like that, right? Loosen you up, come out there, gonna sing, come out dancing. What do you think?
I kind of dig it, actually. Yeah. Actually, I'll think about it.
All right, there you go. I like this.
Niall Flanagan would like to know, what does Dana White smell like?
That's a great question.
Like a rich white guy. What do you think?
What does that mean? What does that
I don't
smell
know
like?
what it smells like. I don't know what the man smells like.
Take a big sniff of him next time you pass him. Just...
Oh, Dana, what's that you wearing?
And H would like to know if you would dress up as a drag queen for Halloween. Oh, he's on hold.
Oh shit, we lost him.
He put us on hold.
I think we lost Devin.
He's like, no more of this. On hold.
The chat broke Devin Clark. By the way, Devin Clark is a great sport. He's been on the show multiple times. Fights out of Jackson Wink. And he has a big fight coming up. Ryan Spann is his opponent. And the card is Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus the Karate Hottie. Main event action over there. His teammate, Michelle Waterson, is fighting for that spot.
He put us off of hold.
Okay, let's see. Is he back?
We're now off of hold.
There he is. All right, there he is. We lost you for a second.
You didn't like the drag queen question?
I didn't hear it. It broke up right before.
Oh, okay.
NH would like to know if you would dress up as a drag queen for Halloween.
I have before.
Oh,
What?
have you?
No way.
As a kid, a few times.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Pedophilia would like to know if you are part Irish.
Actually, I am a little bit Irish.
Well, there you go, Pete. Where's the best place to score some crack around there?
Shoot, it's Albuquerque. You just, I don't know.
I assume that's why they asked.
Did you go on the Breaking Bad tour over there?
I haven't been on like a tour. No.
Is that Greg Jackson trying to get in? Who's?
No, it's somebody else.
Oh, all right.
Listen, Devin Clark is the greatest light heavyweight of all time.
Look at this guy. Wait, John. Wait, come here. Come here for 1 sec. Get him over here. How dare? Come on. Son of a gun.
Every time he comes on, he leaves 2 seconds later.
Oh, it's quicker than last time. Jesus Christ. What's the odds we can get him back? We got to talk to him for a second. We'll be nice.
I don't know. I don't want to like ambush him.
You know what? Here's the thing.
Oh, come on. You know him. You can ambush him.
This is
I know, but you gotta be respectful with people's privacy.
No,
Yeah.
no such thing.
You know me.
This is what I want to settle on the MMA-Holes. I feel he gets a bad rap, right? And this is why I'm going to say this. I feel that everyone thinks he's sensitive. And the reason why is things like that. Like he kind of gets in there and bounces. He should just talk. Like, I don't know why. Like, we would like to have a nice conversation. I won't bring up Daniel Cormier or any of that stuff. I won't bring up picograms, any of that stuff. We'll talk.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about me with Jon Jones? Is I wasn't a fan of Jon. I wasn't a fan until recently. I'm like, this guy, he's the real deal. The guy keeps on defending. He puts up. He doesn't, he doesn't beat around the bush here. He takes what he has to do and he wins, right? Jesse's not a fan. We got to win Jesse over.
But listen, I'm not a hypocrite either. If you can prove to me, I'm very open. So
you want Jon to come back on and prove to you why you should be a fan?
Show me that I should be a fan of Jon Jones. I'm not a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Like
we need
I'm
Jesse
open.
to win. He needs to win Jesse over.
I don't know.
No?
He's outside still, but
all right, fine.
we gotta train soon. So.
He doesn't cave into peer pressure.
All right. We had to try, Devin. Devin, you're a great guy. How are you so nice? You were like one of the nicest guys we've ever had on the show. How did you become such a nice guy?
That's just how I was. I don't know. That's how I am, I guess. I don't see any reason to be an asshole. So, might as well be nice and respectful and all that, and think about others.
Well, do you get your aggression out from the fighting? Is that what it is? And then you get it all out of your system, and then you go back to being a respectful guy? Is that how it works?
Oh yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Then I hunt and kill shit too. So.
Oh, you hunt as well?
Yeah.
So, all right. So here we go. This is you're losing Jesse here. So do you hunt? You're hunting dinner. You go out there. You go out. You hunt. I mean, Albuquerque. I don't know what you're hunting. Rattlesnakes. What are you hunting over there?
Not in Albuquerque. I hunt back home in South Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Moose.
But yeah, I eat whatever I kill.
Mm-hmm.
So, usually it's just like rabbits and pheasants, but
Funny
rabbits.
Yeah, rabbits could die, right?
Those
we don't need
poor
them.
little furry friends.
There's so many of them.
Do you ever feel bad?
They taste delicious too. So.
I heard they're gamey. I heard the meat is very gamey.
No, what you do is you put them. Well, you have to boil them first to make sure there's no disease or anything like that, and then take a can of like cream and mushroom soup. You like shred the peel the rabbit off, the meat off the bone and all that, and then cream of mushroom soup, put it in a crock pot. You get your vegetables, put all that in there, and there you go. Tastes like chicken.
Oh my god!
You gonna invite us over for a rabbit dinner? Can we come over?
Yeah, absolutely. My daughter actually made me go hunt rabbits like on Christmas Eve so she could have Christmas rabbit stew.
That's
Oh
great.
my goodness!
So how old's your daughter?
She'll be 6 in November.
6 in November.
Wow.
Look at that. So
That's
how does
great.
she feel about you fighting? I mean, she's old enough now to know what's going on and everything like that. How
She loves it. Yeah, she'll be in Tampa. So.
Oh, she'll be in the building for it?
Yep. Her
Is this-
first live fight. Yeah.
Is this the first time you're going to have your daughter in the building while you're fighting?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome. Do you only have one kid?
Super excited. Yeah, just one
Wow.
daughter.
That's so cool.
So now, is this going to be a lot more pressure? You have your father who's always in your corner, and now I'm assuming you're having your wife and your daughter. How is this
Yeah.
going to feel having them in the crowd as well? Is this a little bit more motivation?
It's definitely more motivation. I feel like I can't lose because of it.
Yeah.
I'm about to show out in front of my baby girl. Like, fuck this Ryan Spann guy. So
There you go.
it's-
That's all.
you know,
I like
it's
that.
like in that case, he's directly affecting my daughter's happiness. So fuck him.
They could be your good luck charm. Maybe you'll get that knockout you're looking for.
It feels like it. It definitely feels like it. Seriously, like, yeah, that's how I feel about it.
That's great stuff. I'm looking
awesome.
forward to that, and we're big fans. Every time you fight, it's like I feel it's so weird. I'm the worst host because when I interview someone, then all of a sudden I become like a big mush fan. I'm not even media. Like I'm a fan. So when I get to meet you guys, it's just like fuck. Like I feel like my buddy's fighting now. I mean, I feel like we're best friends now, Devin.
Well, yeah, once you've shared a conversation with somebody, it becomes different when they
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Even like past opponents, like you feel a little bit more of a connection. Like you can't root against them because you had a nice conversation after you fought, shit like that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's got to be like, I mean, when people get into fights in real life, right? They'll go to a bar, they'll get into a fight with someone. I've seen it so many times. They're like, hey, man, good scrap, you know? Like, there's like that kind of respect thing I'm sure you guys have with the competition. Even if you're talking shit or whatever, when it's all said and done, it seems like everyone has that respect. Unless you're Conor McGregor and Habib. That's a different story. But what does that feel like? Like, after going like 3 rounds with your opponent, that adrenaline dump, just trying to take their head off, and then all of a sudden the embrace afterwards?
It feels great, and for me, it's like it's always competition, it's always sport, so it's no different than back when I wrestled and stuff like that. So it's, you know, at the end of the day, hopefully we both walk out of the cage and, you know, are living and breathing and shit like that. But so yeah, I mean, we're getting in a fist fight. Might as well. There's no reason for not to respect the other guy after the end of the fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jesse, do you have any more questions from the chat?
I did see someone in the chat ask how you're going to handle the height and reach advantage of your opponent for this next fight.
That's a good question.
Shit, that's what I practice. I practice with all, like I said, big black guys. They're all my sparring partners are like 6'3" and up. So it's all I know right now.
Yeah.
Well, going up in weight, I mean, you've been fighting a lot of bigger guys as is. You have that wrestling background. Are we going to see some of that wrestling action, grind him against the cage? You going to tell us a secret?
Oh, maybe. We'll see. If he...
Okay.
Flat Earth Deacon also wants me to thank you on behalf of all of them and give you a virtual fist pump for being on the show tonight.
Oh, thank you. Do we...
Yeah, I think just...
Don't actually have to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, give them all a virtual fist pump.
Oh, fuck. You just hit me. Devin, this might be your best appearance ever on any show and the MMA-Holes. This is unbelievable. What an appearance by Devin Clark.
Yeah.
Right?
It's exciting.
Very exciting.
Well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. It's always fun.
It is fun. Now, I got one more thing to ask, okay? Actually, this is something that we would like to do. We would love to send you an MMA-Holes shirt. We got new MMA-Holes shirts. We'd love to send you a shirt. Yeah. Here's the question. Now, I know you have your official weigh-ins and then you have your ceremonial weigh-ins. Yeah. Is there a chance at the official weigh-ins you would rock an MMA-Holes shirt?
Yeah, if you give me the money that I'll get fined.
Our MMA-Holes shirt has our fighters undefeated. Nick Newell is going to be wearing it in Bellator, the guy with one arm. It's amazing how he fights like that. So they're undefeated. Harris. You're telling me that the UFC at the official weigh-ins, like the one where you're all dying, getting on the scale, they would fine you for that as well?
Yeah, we can only wear Reebok.
Wow.
Oh my God, that is unbelievable.
You guys should
it's
petition.
It's part of the business. I gotta follow the rules, you know.
Yeah.
When is the contract up?
I think I have 3 more fights on it.
Not your contract, the Reebok contract. Like when is? I heard it was winding down. Do you know?
I'm not sure. Not sure.
Okay. Are you looking forward to the day that's gone, or do you like what Reebok does?
I'm neutral.
You can
Good
talk
answer.
shit about
Good
shit
answer.
about Reebok. No one watches this.
Hey, I'm getting paid. I ain't talking. I don't bite the hand that feeds. That's not. You know, a lot of these fighters will bitch about the money and the pay or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna earn that shit. I gotta fight, win, fuck people up, and then I'll get paid.
That's
Like,
fair.
I'm all right with that.
All right. Speaking of pay, I'm going to ask you one more question. I keep on saying one more question. I know you got to go, but how much are you making in this fight? Can you tell us? Can you let us know?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty public, anyways. But 34 and 34.
34 and 34. That's not bad. And you're on the prelims, right? That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But now you got to pay your camp and everything like that. By the end of the day, what are you coming out with?
It just depends.
Yeah. Well, okay. You're the best, Devin. We like the beard. The beard's gonna make you win. I have a good feeling about this.
Oh yeah, me too.
All right, give a shout out to your sponsors, and we'll let you beat up Jon Jones.
He might have heard that.
Go give him a noogie from the MMA-Holes.
I just want to thank everybody for your love and support, and whoever's out there. Yeah, thank you, everybody.
We appreciate it. Good luck in the fight. We'll be watching and reacting, and really looking forward to it.
You're the best, Devin.
Thank you.
All right, be good. There he is, Devin Clark. What an appearance.
That's awesome, man.
What an appearance. What an appearance.
Gotta love
fuck.
Devin Clark.
I just saw a donation came through. Let me play this real quick. I am sorry, Connor Hernandez. Shit, we missed his donation. What does he say? Come out of the riot by 3 days grace. Fuck. You know what? Connor, I'll message him that.
So it's funny that he was mentioning, once you get a chance to talk to a person or engage with a person, you change sort of your opinion or your outlook on a person, right? And it's funny because you kept saying the whole interview, she's not a fan of Jon Jones. And then Jon Jones shows up, and it was like that click because he showed up and he was very kind, and he said good things about Devin, and it's like, he's not a bad guy.
Yeah, but you still don't like him, though, right?
Here's the thing. Why are you doing
I'm
that?
kidding. It's
like,
a joke.
It's like you're making me out to be this horrible
It's a
person.
joke. Jesus Christ.
No.
You take it so serious.
And first of all, I said it was very open, and as long as my mind can be changed, I still have opinions about a lot of things, and I think it'd be difficult to change my mind. But it was cool to see him come out and just be an overall good guy to his friend, and be like, listen, Devin's, he's good. He's a good fighter, and things like that. That was really cool to see him do.
There's nothing, and if you just jump again, we had Devin Clark on. He is fighting in 2 weeks. He's fighting Ryan Spann. He fights out of Jackson Wink, and Jon Jones made a cameo. He made a cameo. It was funny. Before the show, I sent him a message, and I was like, listen, I know you're training with Jon. What's the odds we get him on? That was the last time we spoke to someone from Jackson Wink, and Devin was on that time as well. Jon Jones made an appearance. He walked off because I asked him about Daniel Cormier. This time, I didn't get a chance to ask anything. He was smart enough to walk away. But I think if we can get Jon on and talk to him, I think he might win you over, Jesse.
I have a feeling. I got a little inkling of a feeling when I saw him show up tonight. And I was like, it was like a positive feeling seeing him. So I think if we can get him on and sort of talk to him a little bit, I think there's a chance. I'm not going to lie about it. I grow.
That is the problem with Jon Jones. And this is the problem. So I started watching this sport, not a huge fan of Jon Jones. I even went to, I forgot which UFC it was, where he fought Chael Sonnen. I was up in the nosebleeds, and I was cheering Chael. Now, Jon is not a big fan of Chael. That fight, Jon broke his pinky and still just annihilated Chael Sonnen. Jon Jones has been in a lot of trouble with the hit and runs and, the cocaine, the picograms, all that stuff. He's been in a lot of trouble. But he always jumps back and bounces back and finds a way to win. And listen, the picogram thing, people are going to talk about, and they're going to be like, he's a cheater, he's this and that. But he won me over in the fact that, and I've been changing within the last year. I've been changing a lot with him because I'm saying to myself, the guy is the best. He fought in an era where there was steroids, and if he was doing the picogram shit, everyone was doing it. So, I mean, big fucking whoop-de-doo. He got busted. He did his punishment. He came back. Some may question the shortened sentence. It is what it is. They brought him back in, and he's still winning. The guy is still defending his belt. The guy is still out there doing what he has to do to get the W. I don't care how he wins. He keeps winning. The guy is a legend of the sport. So he has won me over in that way. And another way, and the reason why I wanted John on now was I wanted to say I want to party with Jon Jones. I want to have fun with Jon Jones. He seems to be the most fun guy. I've been saying this forever. If there's anyone on the UFC roster that I would like to hang out with, it is Jon Bones Jones. There is not a doubt in my mind.
I thought it was Conor McGregor.
Nope, not Conor. Here's the thing. Conor's the type of guy, I have friends like Conor. I would go out and he would just start a fight with a random idiot. I don't want that. I'm 42. I don't want that anymore. I want to drink, maybe do a little cocaine, slap a fucking, someone's ass. I don't know.
Doesn't do cocaine. Conor does cocaine.
Listen, Jesse, I hate to break it to you. The guy's still doing cocaine.
Stop it. No,
he even admitted to it. He still parties.
That doesn't mean he does cocaine. I could say I party. That doesn't mean you do cocaine.
Jesse,
you can't make that assumption about someone.
Look me in the eyes
fucked up.
and tell me he doesn't do cocaine. Of course he does. He's a party animal.
I do not believe Jon Jones does cocaine.
When he is not in a fight camp, he dabbles. I guarantee.
That's the loadest.
I want to do cocaine with Jon Jones.
The biggest load of shit I've ever heard.
I want to do a little cocaine with Jon.
I would believe Conor McGregor does cocaine, but Jon Jones.
Now you're defending Jon Bones. I think you've changed. Look
Listen,
at this.
You already know. I like the BBC more.
Whoa!
Wonderful.
Wow. So what do you think? Devin Clark is going to win?
Yes, absolutely. And I think having his mother there, not mother.
What? Whose mother?
Why did I say his mother?
There?
His wife and his daughter. I'm sorry. I did not mean to say mother. Having his wife and his daughter there, I think is going to really fuel him.
Well, maybe his mother's going to be there. Who knows?
Have John snort cocaine from your asshole.
Yeah, that'd be fucking... You know what I would do?
Stop it.
I would, and thank you for the donation, Connor. I would actually veet my asshole for just in case. I would make sure it's completely clean. Because if John is like, listen, I just want to smoke some cocaine out of your asshole, I'd be like, it'd be a great story.
He doesn't do cocaine. Conor McGregor, yes. Jon Jones, no. No. By the way, look what I just found out about these BetDSI pens that I didn't know before, and I guarantee you didn't know before. So we already knew that this part pops out, right? You knew that? Yeah? Now, do you know what this is?
What is that? What is that? A flash
drive?
Now,
this part pops out, and you get this little thingamajig. It looks like a memory disk. Now look at this. You take the memory disk off, and you got a flash drive. And look at this. You take this back off, now you have a converter. See that?
Are you kidding me?
USB, micro USB, and a memory disk.
You know what's funny? We gave those pens away to multiple people. I guarantee they have no idea that that's what happens.
If we gave the BetDSI pens away to you, it does all this.
It's a USB. Kenneth Smith.
That was awesome that he made a cameo, and I would love to see you guys interview more fighters. Just don't make them feel like they owe you something.
Yeah, that's not what we're going to do. Kenneth, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. The reason why we don't do many interviews anymore is that we want interesting people. And I feel Devin Clark, I mean, listen, if you don't know the guy, look where he trains. Look who he trains with, for God's sakes. And he's a sweetheart. You know, he really is one of the nicest guys in the world. I am Team Devin. Devin was one of the first guys from the UFC to come on the show. I'm going to be loyal to Devin.
Devin's great. Yeah, he's great.
But here's the deal. If Jon Jones was to do an interview with the MMA-Holes, I think it would be the best thing in the world. And the reason why I say that is we would
wonderful.
I would stutter. No, it would be the realest interview that he's ever had, and it would make him come out looking great.
Well,
great.
Here's the thing.
I'm telling you.
I think a lot of, first of all, I think he has to go through someone now to get into interview. Like, I don't think that it's as easy.
He's got to go through us.
No. He has to go through his team, apparently. I was reading an article where he has security to train, and he has to go through his team.
All right, here comes Vlad.
John would never do coke, Moss. He's a good Christian man now.
Oh, sure.
He was even cool on stream and played it smart despite the DC incident. I'm actually surprised.
I tell you what, I was a little bummed because when I sent Devin the message, I was saying to myself, I'm going to throw it out there, see if he can get John. He said he would ask. He did say he would ask, and I believe Devin did ask. And you know, with John's got to play it safe. You know, he's in hot water. He's got a lot of things going on right now,
man. And I'm sure he knows the type of content we would ask.
Let me go on the MMA-Holes. But like I said before, I believe he would come out of this looking fantastic. I'm telling you, we would humanize Jon Jones. Not this Joe Rogan thing where they dance around the questions or Ariel Helwani. We would have fun with the guy.
Yes.
You know, none of this hostility. Let's just have fun.
Yeah.
You know, I think everyone would love Jon Jones. They'll all be a fan. Now, Devin Clark, if you're still watching this, Skype's still open. I know you're still with Jon Jones. You can call back until we are not off air. I give you that opportunity if you'd like to call back. If not, that's fine. But if you're still watching this, call back with Jon Jones, and we'll be very nice to him. We'll ask nice questions. Right, Jesse?
Yes, but nonetheless, let's all make sure that we understand that this was an interview about Devin Clark, and it was really cool to have him on the show.
Yeah. Listen, Jess, of course it's about Devin Clark. What are you talking about here? If it wasn't for Devin Clark, we probably wouldn't be where we are right now. Like I said, he was one of the first UFC fighters that we had on the show. So Devin Clark, actually he was the second. We had Justine Kish. So he was the second that we had on. I'll never forget, the channel was young in its days. A whole, maybe 2 years ago, I think Devin came on. And I remember he responded in a tweet, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. Got a UFC fighter again. That's 2 UFC fighters for us. We're on a row. Anyway, thank you for the sub, Andre Stifler. Let's get back into the news. And hit me with the ones in the chat if you want more interviews. If you guys want it, if you're going to hang with the boys, you want some more interviews, drop ones in the chat, and we'll do some more work on that. All right, Jesse, let's get back into the news. We have a lot of stories to get to. What else we got?
According to MMA Mania, GSP is fasting, and Khabib immediately asked about a potential fight after he posted a picture.
This is number one bullshit.
Earlier today, GSP posted on Instagram about sushi after fasting for 3 days. GSP does look a bit leaner than usual, and Nurmagomedov took note, replying to the post with the simple question, 155? Now, if you go to the link, you can actually see the picture.
So, all right. It's so funny because as soon as I saw on Instagram the post, do you have the post? Is it show his post?
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
it
is. I remember showing this to Jessie, right? This is yesterday. I showed Jessie. I was like, look how fucking thin he is. And she's like, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And then sure enough, we scroll down. And where is it? What the fuck?
No, it doesn't show Khabib.
What the hell?
I just said Khabib responded with 155.
I think I can find it. There it is. Oh, it's covered. Why the hell is it covered?
Because you're scrolling over it.
Anyway, that's it. Right over there. Right. See, that's Khabib. Let's go to the Zoom. The Google Zoomity Zooms. There it is. 155 with a question mark. All right. Anything else with this story, or should we talk about it?
Let's talk about it. I said so, Moss.
Okay.
This is my moment to rub things in people's faces who are like, GSP can't make 155. GSP's retired. GSP wouldn't take a fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov. GSP this, GSP that. Well, fuck that! Because GSP looks like he's at 155 right now, if not very, very close. And Khabib Nurmagomedov is not wrong for asking if he's willing to take up a 155 bout, which GSP has already said that given the right money and the right time, he would take.
All right, so now that you're done gloating, you're still wrong because it's never happening. Faraz said there's no way it's happening. Mystic Moss, and now
believe that.
When Mystic Moss says something,
you know it's not just his coach that has say in what fights Khabib takes. You understand that?
All right, Jess, you go with that.
It is.
Here's the deal, and I thought you learned this already. If GSP is going to fight Khabib, it's going to happen at either a catch weight 165, 170 fight around there. If Khabib is not a pussy enough to go to those weight classes. If Khabib stays at 155 and if he wants to stay there and defend his belt over there, I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. But to fight GSP, it's not going to happen at 155. And he does look slim here. He does look very, very slim. But I'm with Faraz. It is not going to happen, Jesse. Listen, you should know by now. This show's been on for 3 years. You don't go against the mystical one. You don't do it. You know you're dancing with the devil when you do shit like that. I am so goddamn mystical. It's ridiculous.
You only think so.
So let me know in the chat. Do you think that 155 is going to happen? Yes or no?
Jackson Brown says, when the fight is official and Moss is wrong, I'll remember and side with you, JV.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll never have to do that.
Sean Hart says, hype, that's all, boss. Kogar Khabib isn't going up either. He's a pussy. A pussy. Pedophilia, she asked 2 of my questions this time. JBH, you the real MVP. I try. Whiskey Dragonfly says, Furious previously said he would like GSP to fight Khabib. Blue Couture, love you, Nightbot. Drunk Savage, open the phone lines and I'll tell ya. Jim Moore, I want to see Anthony Pettis and Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson, and a few more before a fight with GSP for Khabib. Mac V GSP would die. He's like 170 in that picture.
I know. When we saw him at like 160, it looked like he was gonna die. Yeah, and I think he is 170 there. I think you're right.
Nah.
He could be a little less.
I would say 160.
He did a 70. What did he do? He did like a.
But this is him not cutting weight. He was just fasting.
He did a 70-hour fast or some shit like that.
So if he went on a full-on weight cut, he could make it.
He did a 70-hour water fast I think that's what it was. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I kind of want to try that, but it sounds horrific.
What is it? You just drink water for 3 days?
I'm assuming that's what it is.
I would look that up before. I don't think you can
like that.
survive.
I want to drain my body.
That's horrible for your heart, you know.
Yeah, but GSP's, I want to do the alien way of losing, shedding the pounds.
Oh my God.
He does some weird ass shit, GSP.
Yeah, I wouldn't
He does some
do that.
He's really out there. Really, really out there.
Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to the show. We love GSP, our savior. Greetings.
Greetings.
We love GSP.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Well, that happened. All right, so that's that. GSP. He's thin. He is thin.
Oh,
Super chat. Connor Hernandez.
GSP looks like he was taken from Area 51.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I like it, Connor. Connor's a beast, man. Just became a patron. Look at this guy. Fucking Connor Hernandez. Sexy as all hell. Everyone drop a Connor Hernandez in the chat. Goddamn celebrity. So if you just missed it, Devin Clark was on the show from Jackson Wink. Definitely run it back. You're going to love the interview. Devin Clark was fantastic. Got a big fight coming up. And appreciate, once again, him from coming on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, let's...
Wow, we only have 8 minutes left of the show, boss!
Well, it's all right. Let's just have some fun here. What else have we got in the news?
According to MMA Fighting Ally Aquinta, is... he doesn't pay attention to the UFC rankings, saying it's subjective, more of a popularity contest. Iaquinta knows he's one of the best lightweight fighters in the world, and he doesn't need to look at the number next to his name to know it. The New York native, who faces Dan Hooker in the co-main event at Saturday's UFC 243, didn't hesitate to accept the bout despite the UFC rankings, which say he's number 6 opposite Hooker's spot at number 15. An unfortunate side effect of the UFC ranking system is fighters constantly jockeying for position in hopes of gaining recognition with the promotion, not to mention no defined system in place to determine how exactly title contention can be achieved. That's why Iaquinta didn't even consider where he was on the list when Hooker called him out for the card in Melbourne.
Kenneth Smith.
GSP drops out due to injury via ankle pick.
Oh!
There you go.
Nailed it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
A deep dive into the UFC rankings from a Reddit user exposed a fatal flaw in the current system, with only 14 people currently participating in the voting process. According to the breakdown, only 9 people involved in determining the rankings are directly involved with MMA media source. The UFC constantly refers to the rankings on television broadcasts and press release when hyping up a fight, and yet UFC President Dana White routinely bashes his own rankings, particularly when it comes to pound-for-pound lists that includes athletes from every weight class across the sport.
All right, Al Iaquinta has a big fight versus the Hooker. That's going down this weekend. The co-main event. Love the 1-2 punch in, this is prelims, of this Australian card. And like we said, we went through it earlier. The main card, I like the Castro and everything like that, but as a pay-per-view, 1-2 is great, and then it drastically falls off. You go into the prelims, and it feels like, Megan Anderson is back. Versus, who's this? Zara Farin dos Santos? What?
Who the fuck is that guy?
This is a bad sign when you're looking at the prelims over here and they have old dark pictures. I don't know who any of these people are. I know Jake Matthews, of course, from the...
Maki Pitolo we've seen, I think.
Who?
Pitolo.
I gotta look them up. I don't know what's going on here. What is going on? Where are we going? Let's go to the taps. Let's go to the card. Damn, you look at the prelims and it's a mishmash of shit. I don't know these people.
Yeah.
Who's the one you said we knew? Maki?
Pitolo.
All right, there's Maki.
Maki Pitolo.
Yeah, he's from the Contender Series. Oh, he's the guy that taped his ears, remember?
Yes, sir.
And did he get a finish? He got a knockout.
Who
This
the
guy's
fuck
coming
is
off of a
that
loss
guy?
in his debut. All right, so I don't know these two. Great. Yeah, it's kind of meh. Look at this. These guys are making their debuts. This is a pay-per-view. What are we doing here? Why do this to Australia? Maybe there's some hometown people, right? Is that what it is? A lot of Aussies on the card. Yeah. Jake Matthews is Aussie. Potter, Riddle. Yeah, so Megan Anderson. So you got your Aussie people. So I guess the hometown people will be happy. But if you look at it all around, like, it's just not anything spectacular. The 1-2 punch is great. Whittaker, Adesanya, Iaquinta, Hooker. But you think it's worth the 70, Jesse?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Man, oh man, you're sold on like 1 or 2 fights. You say that's a pay-per-view.
No, I'm sold on all the fights. The difference is between me and you. I get hyped up for the fights for different reasons. Like, especially if I've been looking into the fighters or the fights or something like that. Like, it makes me a little more hyped about them, you know, after doing research on the fight.
I'm not saying I'm not hyped. I am hyped about any fight, right?
You can't stop this
True Grit.
Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
Let's see what True Grit's got to say.
I have to raise an eyebrow when Khabib keeps pushing for GSP at 155. Dropping to 155 is tough on the body at GSP's age. Khabib knows this and wants a weak GPS instead of fighting him at a weight that would be normal for their body size. It's BS.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Good point.
I don't like
Good
it.
point.
Thank you for the donation. I don't like it for Habib's legacy. Beat up the 155er. Stay there. Don't call out GSP and tell him to come at 155. It looks bad. And then he goes in there. He's begging like 155 question mark.
Super chat.
How are you gonna be pound for pound if you keep begging?
I feel a upset is coming. Adesanya pulls a Weidman.
All right, Adesanya pulls a Weidman. Would this be but that's not an upset. They're even. They're
no,
even.
but he would still be the upset.
Jess.
They
are even.
They're near even. They're not even.
They are legit. If you put money on it, you're getting even money.
Okay, but they're near even. Adesanya's still technically the
Oh
underdog.
my goodness.
Look at this.
Comparing this to Adesanya to Silva versus Weidman is apples and oranges.
All I'm saying is technically Adesanya's still the underdog, which is true.
You're talking by a cunt hair.
But that cunt hair matters.
Weidman versus Silva. I mean, and thank you for the donation, Drunk. Appreciate it. Weidman versus Silva. I mean, that was a mega upset. That was crazy. You know, a lot of people didn't even know who Weidman was at the time. I don't think this would be an upset that people would be crazy shocked. I mean, I would because I think Bobby Knuckles is that good.
A lot of people would, I think.
But Adesanya's got a huge hype train. You know, a lot of people think Adesanya's going to pull it off. That's why the odds are so even. I think this is a fun one to bet on, though. You got to put your money where your mouth is, you know? Link in the description, BetDSI. Drop a couple of tacos and win some money. It's a coin flip, according to the odds. So, all right. Let's get back into the news.
Super chat.
A super chat. You guys have been very generous tonight.
Johnny Bones on the show. Again, Yaz are GD celebs.
There you go. Goddamn celebrities. That's right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
2 times. Not many shows could say they had Jon Jones on twice. Now, for a combined, 40 seconds together, all things together? But we did have him on twice. Name me other shows that Luke Thomas can't even get him on.
Ariel Helwani.
Well, Ariel Helwani plays the game. Ariel Helwani is the game, the interview game.
Gotta love Helwani. I love the guy. I love him.
You love him?
Great. Yeah, he's the best. I'm going to run away with him.
Here's my question. How come you can't watch his show?
No, I can't watch Luke Thomas's show.
You can't watch anyone's show.
I can watch Ariel Helwani.
For little bits.
But that has nothing to do with Ariel Helwani. I have a low tolerance for sitting down for a long period of time watching something. So I can watch Ariel. I cannot watch Luke Thomas. He is unwatchable to me.
Damn, Luke. Can't wait to see you again. Connor Hernandez.
I think it will be an upset and I will just into the cage and knock both of them out with one PP thrust.
You think that's going to happen, Jess?
No.
Roberto Lopez wants to know, who do you watch?
Who do I watch?
Nobody.
I don't really watch anybody.
No.
I can sit with Ariel for about 10 or 20 minutes, though.
We don't, both of us, to be fair, we don't watch enough. There are certain interviews that I want to see, but yeah, I can't sit through the whole thing.
We're so superior. Like, I just don't care. That's right.
You think we're superior?
We've got the mystical one and JBH. I mean,
we had Jon Jones on twice.
How much better can you get? Yeah. The only reason I sit through Ariel is because I like to see what the fighters have to say about certain things. But I just don't care about watching anybody else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Do you think the MMA-Holes is the greatest show on YouTube, on the internet, the greatest MMA experience in the world? Hit us with a wonderful, wonderful in the chat.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's see if they agree with you, Jesse. Is the MMA-Holes the greatest MMA experience
in the world?
Butter Vegan says, yes. Kenneth Smith, what do you guys think about when Dan Hardy does that skit where he breaks down the fighters in upcoming fights? I love it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful by Flat Earth, Mac V, Sean Hart, Gun FDX, PBR Street Gang, Mark Jackson, Drunk Savage, Connor Hernandez, Nikki Peretti, and H. Roberto Lopez, Vlad.
Look at them all. They're all MMA-Holes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mr. Curly, Dr. Nate, Russian RS as wonderful mofos.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I got to say, this is the best community in the world. That's why we're the greatest. The best community, the best hosts, the best goddamn show. We had Bones. We had Devin Clark on. Unbelievable stuff over here.
I mean, how much better can you get than fire underneath you?
We have fire.
Nobody else has fire.
And the most interesting part about this is we are fireproof. See? Doesn't hurt at all. We sit in this fire all night. Not a problem. Not many hosts can sit in that fire for that long. We can. All right, let's finish up the news, and then we'll go a couple minutes earlier, but later, excuse me. And then we will. Jess is so funny. When 5 minutes to 5 minutes to 2 hours.
It's not the right time.
She's like, I need to stop. I need to clock out. Jesse, just give it to him for God's sakes. Give it to him hard and strong. Finish up the news.
According to MMA Junkie, Jon Jones threatens legal action against former Jackson Wink coach in dispute over money. This is sort of what we were talking about the other day when Frank Lester from the name of the fucking Jackson Wink, the striking coach of Jon Jones, says that Jon Jones still owes him $13,000 in coaching fees from his July title defense against Thiago Santos. Saying that he has no regrets. He did his job. He ended up leaving Jackson Wink, and he's going to be creating his own gym called Tank MMA, which will be opening soon as a competitor in Albuquerque, New Mexico against Jackson Wink. He just got done buying a house, and he made an Instagram post about it. In a comment responding to the post, Jones denied Lester's claims. The UFC champ also flipped the allegations and accused Lester of being fired from the team on Fight Week because of his drug issues. John also took exception with Lester's security line, which he considered to be a physical threat. Jones threatened legal action as a result. This is what he said.
What did he say, Jesse?
Frank, I gave you the opportunity of a lifetime. Everyone on the team knows that I would not agree to give you $20,000 for only your second training camp on my team. And if I did, I would totally paid you that amount. Not once in 10 years have I ever gotten a complaint about not paying my staff members. If anything, I'm always complimented for being people's highest paying client by a long shot. I won't even get into the fact that you were fired from the team on Fight Week because of your drug issues.
Oh.
Anyways, I'm not going to argue with you over the internet. I would be more than happy to take this to a judge. It is the physical threatening that I have a problem with. I have no interest in carrying a concealed pistol or preparing for any type of street fight with you. Tomorrow I will be calling APD and bringing our confrontation to their awareness. Honestly, I wish I would have never gotten to know you, but I truly do wish you nothing but the best. Please just leave me alone, bro, or see me in court.
Okay, so this is interesting. We spoke about this story on Monday, correct? Thanks to
Yes.
Drunk Savage.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The savage one in the chat. Goddamn celebrity he is. He broke the news and we discussed it. And what did I do right after the stream? Well, I went over to this gentleman's Instagram. Now, this is Jon Jones's statement. And I'm going to tell you which side I take in a second because listen to this story. I wish I could show the messages. I would like to blow this motherfucker up. The Frank Lester, it was their striking coach, and he is the one that is all upset with Jackson Wink. I reached out to him. I reached out to Frank Lester, and, I said basically that the mystical, well, not me, someone else reached out, but reached out for us, and said that the mystical and JBH wanted to have him on. The Frank Lester saw the message, but did not answer. Jesse. He saw the message. He read the message.
Something tells me Frank Lester's lying.
But did not answer. Now, with this happening, tonight we had Devin Clark on the show from Jackson Wink, and we got to ask him about this situation. Now, of course, he's not going to get into it in depth, but he did say
Yes.
that it was all bullshit. It was number one bullshit.
Yeah, he did testify on Jones's behalf. And another guy, Ibrahim Kawa, also tweeted, I've been with Jon Jones a long time, and I can testify he has never shortchanged a member of his team.
Okay, now Ibrahim Kawa is his agent, isn't it?
I believe so.
Okay, so, I mean, what is Ibrahim going to say? What is Devin Clark going to say? But I trust Devin more than anyone, because here's the thing. Devin is a pretty humble dude. He's pretty much, it is what it is. He loves Jackson Wink. Why would he fight in this place that is a bunch of assholes, right? If everyone was such an asshole, why would Devin Clark be over here? Every camp he goes through, he's friends with all the top fighters from Jackson Wink. Never had a problem with them. Nothing. No problems whatsoever. If he did, he wouldn't be training over there. And he said, and I'm going to believe Devin, because he's a friend of the show, and I'm going to believe the guy. He said it's number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
Frank had a chance to come on the MMA-Holes and clear it all up. The message was seen, and he did not answer. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make the decision for all of you, because Frank made it for us. We believe Jon Jones, and we believe Jackson Wink. We have no proof that this man is right. So unless, Frank, you want to come on the show and clear it up, you better send a message back. Because until then, you are wrong. Want to add to that?
No, I think you summed it up pretty well, Moss.
Never look at our messages and not come on. Or not answer, for God's sakes. Never! You ready, Jess?
For what?
Let's do it! Beat the ceilings another time, 100 in the box!
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on a dick.
Make Mad Influence Bat do this is number one BS.
Jesse, do we bring him on?
He said make Bad Influence Bat do this is number one bullshit. That's all. Just a soundbite.
He doesn't look like he's in the mood, Jesse. He does not look like he's in the mood.
Nah.
Connor, I really appreciate all the donations tonight, but he doesn't. Let's just take another peek.
Yeah, he looks a little cranky, Moss.
Bad Influence Bat, you down? Fuck you.
Was that a new mouth I saw on Bad Influence Bat?
What the fuck?
Bad Influence Bat, did you just go to the dentist and get your teeth done?
Doesn't look like he wants to answer us.
Bad Influence Bat? Did you get your teeth done?
He has this weird stare. You okay, man? Is everything all right? Why are you not answering? Fuck off.
Huh.
He must be in a bad mood.
Wow, pearly whites he got going on. He must have gone to the bat dentist.
Jess, I think he's pissed off. I think we should leave him alone.
He's in love with me. I can talk with him.
He is not in a good mood.
Listen,
I do not want to push the Bad Influence Bat.
I can get through to him.
He seems, pedophilia. He seems upset. I'm sorry, Bad Influence Bat. I'm sorry for my co-host in the chat. I know we work you hard over here, but fuck off. We're not gonna go there with the bad, but hopefully we could find out who the Bad Influence Bat picks for this upcoming card. Maybe on Fuko Friday, what do you think?
Yes.
All right. Let's rattle through the rest of the story. How many stories do we have left?
You really want... we have a lot.
All right, just tell the title of the story. We'll talk 2 seconds. We'll move on.
All right. So TJ Dillashaw is ready for the title shot. He says he wants an immediate title shot upon his UFC return, saying, quote, I didn't lose. I'm still the champion of the world.
Okay.
He's not expected to return until 2021, though, so a little weird to me that he's calling for a title shot.
Yeah, come on, TJ.
According to MMA News, Michael Bisping praised Colby Covington for seemingly getting the deal he wanted. Bisping had retracted his bad comments about Covington and has praised him, saying... because Covington played his cards right after all. Bisping admitted that he feels Covington was right, saying, I've done a pretty good job of shitting all over Colby Covington, but now I'm going to retract my statements because he played it well. because I said, all right, he wanted the title fight forever, but he turned it down. He was supposed to fight Woodley, but apparently he was injured, so there was that whole thing. So it didn't make Colby look good. Then they offered him Kamaru Usman, apparently turned it down because he wanted more money. Then they offered him Tyron Woodley, and he turned that down. Now he's fighting Usman after all at the end of the year show.
Okay, that is happening.
So Bisping, had a change of heart. According to MMA Junkie, Cub Swanson says that jiu-jitsu schools are declining to train him because he's going to be fighting with a Gracie. Swanson is taking on Kron Gracie next week at UFC on ESPN Plus 19 and has struggled to find a gym that will train him. Speaking on UFC Unfiltered, Swanson said he was told that training him would cause uncomfortable situations for the instructors at schools who have declined him.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. He hasn't found a school that has been able to take him in, all because he's fighting a Gracie.
Well, I can't believe Cub is still in the game. I think he should hang it up, man. I don't want to be the one to tell someone to hang it up. But Cub Swanson, come on. Your best days are way behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting, Jess.
So Dan Miragliotta did respond to Michael Venom Page saying, I'll never do his fights again. The referee told MMA Fighting, I'm not going to say I didn't say it, but I was wrong for saying it.
He is saying that he will, willingly does not want to do the fights, or does MVP not want him?
He does not want to do Michael Venom Page's fights anymore.
Now, okay. We saw MVP after it, and, MVP was wrong, but Miragliotta was more in the wrong in this situation.
Well, let me explain why, and you'll change your mind.
Okay.
Because he wasn't. And anyone who's saying, oh, he's racist, he's this, he's that.
Racist.
Wait until you hear the story.
He's racist.
Because there was anyone who's ever, have you ever had someone say something to you that just sets you off and you react and you're like, why did I react that way? But you still reacted just because someone said some shitty thing to you. Like if I said fuck you and you react and you just go off.
I'm a bad person to ask here because if I'm doing a job.
You react.
No, but hold on. Jesus Christ. If I do a job and my job is to act in a certain way, I do the job the way I'm hired to do it, right? So, like for instance, this job here, the circus, the persona, all the crazy shit. Like I am sold on that character. I'm sold on the show. If I'm a gas pumper, I'm gonna be a gas pumper. This man here is a referee.
Yeah,
his
job is not to entertain people.
Can you just listen to my fucking point, Jesus?
You don't have to get snippy.
How dare you? Shame. His job is a referee. His job is to control the action over there, not let it get out of hand. He is not supposed to get emotional, okay? In this situation over here, his emotions got the better of him, but he straight up does not like MVP because he had a problem with him before this, okay? So I like Miragliotta a lot. When I met him, he was nice enough to take a picture and blah, 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 blah. This is his job. That's like a field goal kicker missing field goals. You're not supposed to do that. Your job is to kick the field goals. If they're like, I don't want to kick the field goals. No, your job is to kick the field goals.
All right. Let me just tell you what happened.
It's his job.
Okay. He said, I'm not going to say I didn't say it, but I was wrong for saying it. I shouldn't have gotten angry, but I did. I screwed up. As a result, the veteran MMA referee vows never to undersee another Venom fight, and that event's regulator said he won't be assigned another.
Look out!
Trump's hair is on fire!
Batgirl!
Trump's hair is
Look
on
out!
fire! Donald Trump is on fire! Trump's hair is on fire!
The Batgirl. With the 450. Thank you, Batgirl. It was very kind of you. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, back to the story.
Anyways, Miragliotta is just saying he screwed up. What happened was when he deducted the point, Michael Venom Page said, fuck you, to Miragliotta. Miragliotta reacted at the end and ended up calling him a piece of shit, and that's basically how it happened. He knows he screwed up. He doesn't want to call another Michael Venom Page fight again, but yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. I mean, I don't know if that really sells me, but I like Miragliotta. I think he's a nice guy. I just think he had a brain fart in this situation. So now he's not an MVP ref anymore. He's not going to lose any sleep.
Kevin Lee is saying, according to MMA Mania, that Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal are fighting for the little boys title at UFC 244.
Oh, fuck. Do you have the Conor story on this too?
No.
Jesus Christ. Him and Conor. You know what? Skip the fucking Lee thing. Real quick. What Conor said over here, he's making me cringe. Did you see his tweet?
No, Chris, I did not.
Hold on a second. You really want to check out, don't you?
I gotta pee, Moss.
All right, go pee.
I just want to shoot it through. So
yeah, go get the pee. Listen, people are
Look it up.
donating. We're having
You're
fun.
wasting time. Look it
we
up.
got 183 people hanging with the boys. Jesus Christ, you're whooshing. Go take a piss. Everyone say take a piss, Jess.
Stop.
Take a piss.
Look it up. You're being annoying.
Take a piss. Take a piss. Take a piss. Take a piss. Piss. Take a piss. Put the piss.
She's like a child.
All right. I don't like being rushed around here. Yeah, I could do this. Jesus. This girl, she's holding in her piss like she's like 12. All right, here we go. So this is what Conor says. And what does he say, Jesse?
What date is that interim BMF title fight on again?
Oh, man. I feel like this hurts my soul, Conor saying this. Now, I did say if Conor McGregor fights for a BMF title, that I will rip down that picture over there. I do not want to see Conor fight for a BMF belt. And now he is calling this the interim BMF title fight. Another misplay by McGregor. Drives me nuts. What do you think about this thing by what McGregor says over here?
Can you ask that question again?
Go piss. Go piss. Seriously.
Ask the question again. What was the question?
What do you think about McGregor's tweet over here? I think it's a misplay.
I think he's asking so he can go see it. I don't think he's asking so he can challenge it.
It just seems like he is. It just seems like he's just trying to keep himself in there, and it almost comes across as like begging. It's weird. I don't like this. His witty tweets aren't witty anymore. The last witty tweet was the towel tweet. That was it. But this doesn't work. What is he doing with this BMF stuff? He's just trying to crowbar himself into who is he fighting? Is he fighting the winner? Is this BMF thing going to jump onto McGregor thing? Because I said it before. If he jumps on that whole BMF thing, good for him. He wants to get paid. I'm out.
Did you see the whole exchange between him and Poirier?
Yeah, DP was on there as well. 3 years, 10 days since you won your last fight. Do the math, champ. Now, Dustin Poirier, what are you doing?
He wants to fight with McGregor.
I know, but it's just like everyone's begging. And he says, awesome, bro.
This is how it works.
Now count my bank digits. Conor McGregor replying to Dustin Poirier. So, I mean, it's getting ugly. It's getting cringy. I understand they want to stay relevant, but fucking A. Poor Dustin Poirier now is begging for fights after he got demolished.
CBD.
Back girl.
CBD. It helps with healing process and inflammation and stuff like that. So you wanted to get these for before after training and make your life a better place.
It's desperate, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you, Batgirl. It's ugly. This hurts me as a Conor McGregor supporter. It's just like enough's enough. Just kind of keep your mouth shut until we have a fight coming up.
Yeah.
You know, like the things that he's saying here are not working, and then Dustin Poirier jumping in on this, and he's looking desperate, and I don't want to see this. Not my Conor. Anyway, that BMF thing is happening, and it's still a go, Jesse. What else we have?
According to MMA Junkie, Renan Barao is moving back down to 145, meeting Douglas Silva de Andrade at UFC Sao Paulo. It appears that he will get another chance to turn things around. The former bantamweight champ will move back up to featherweight and take on Douglas Silva de Andrade at UFC on ESPN Plus 20. A person with knowledge of the situation confirmed to MMA Junkie after an initial report from Combat.
Talk about a guy who was on top of the world and no one gives a fuck about anymore.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot with, it's wild. Barao was the shit, and no one gives a shit about him anymore.
Well, it's funny you say that because even MMA Junkie agrees. They said he's had one of the biggest career trajectories in the history of the sport. Once a dominant force at 135 pounds and winning the UFC bantamweight title, he took a heavy knock, losing his title in dominant fashion to TJ Dillashaw in 2014. From there, things fell apart for him, who was once considered the pound-for-pound best in the UFC as he went on to lose 6 of his next 8 fights.
Unbelievable. You think it's Jeremiah says post you saw a cliff dive. I mean, you got to go with it, right? I mean, so? The testing changes, get a little tightened up, and then boom, this guy can't fucking win a fight. Age could have caught up, but this guy was unbeatable. Absolutely unbeatable. Kind of the same thing that happened to Silva. I mean, look what happened with Silva. That guy was unbeatable too. Brazil, what's up?
Well, Silva fell out of his prime though. Even when he came back from the steroids, he was still good, and then he just fell out of his prime, I think.
Yeah, maybe he got older and his body started to fall apart. But still, I mean, complete dive. And the one guy you can say that's not a dive is Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
He lost that fight with Conor,
yeah.
but he's been up and down. He hasn't completely nosedove because he came back and has mutilated people.
Yeah.
You know, everyone was counting him out and boom, knocking people out. So Jose Aldo still got it. But Barao, what a mess.
That's it. That's from
it.
that's from.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, you survived another show. Devin Clark was on a special appearance. We're not going to say who it was, but someone was
Go back and watch.
Yeah, you got to watch it for yourself. Jackson Wink in the house. Congratulations to Devin Clark for getting another UFC fight, getting another chance to creep up the rankings over here. He's fighting Ryan Spann, who is on a little bit of a tear. Devin Clark will be fighting on next week's card. We'll be reacting to UFC Australia. Whittaker versus Adesanya. Melbourne is where it's at, and we will be doing a live reaction, Fight Buddies style. Fuko Friday is this Friday. Fight briefing tomorrow.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfucker.
We got another Bap girl coming in, Jess.
We all enjoy watching Conor fight. You are right, Moss. He should sit tight until he has a fight. He should speak from a position of power.
Listen, here's the thing. You can say all you want about the mystical one. I jump on there, I go hard, and then if my guy or girl does something fucked up or falls off or does something wrong, I attack him for it. I do it. Some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with. There are streams dedicated to, knocking on Conor and people in the comment section like, you're a fucking asshole. Conor's the shit. Conor's this, Conor's that. I'm real. I'm a fan. I love the sport, and that's what you're going to get. Pure, emotional, raw. That.
Wonderful.
Right, Jess? What do you give them? Pure, emotional, raw.
That.
Tea.
Wonderful.
By the way, guys, fight briefing is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Actually, no, Giants game is not this weekend.
No, the Giants game is coming on. Was it the Patriots? They're playing a Thursday night game, but we'll talk about that then.
Yeah. All right, fight briefing is tomorrow at 8 p.m. I also want to mention, I'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow. We're building a Halloween village, and I want it to be the MMA-Holes Halloween village. So I made an Amazon wish list. If you guys would like to add to it, we're going to put your name at the bottom of it and what year it was donated to add to it. So once I figure out how to do that, we'll drop the link down there. And if you guys want to help add to the Halloween village, the MMA-Holes village, it would be pretty fun.
Yeah, we figured, here's the deal. The donations to this show, our patrons, all that stuff, we keep on reinvesting into it. And without you, the community, we couldn't be doing this. So the thanks that we have for you is just overwhelming. We can't thank you enough. Jesse wants to get this village, and I'm like, you know what? Why not intertwine it with the community? Why not do this? This is a hobby that you want to do. They love JBH. So talk to the people. If they want their own piece of the village, go to the wish list and be a part of outside of the community and, do all that shit. So there you go. Yeah, Halloween Village. I mean, that's what she wants to do.
It's like, I don't know. I don't really have many hobbies. I'm kind of a lame person. So, I don't know. I thought it was cool. His mom gave me 3 pieces to a village, and now I have 3 pieces to a village on our mantle, and it's incomplete. So
yeah.
I must complete it. So I'll send you guys a link, and if you guys want to help out and add to it, we'll put your name on the bottom and the year that you
that'd be cool.
Donated it.
A little something extra outside, and it'd be fun to immortalize this community. Anyway, we got you part of the soundboard, for God's sakes, right?
Gaylord.
We got donations dedicated to this community. I would love to have something, even when we're not streaming, to remember you guys, because you guys are awesome. Yeah. Seriously. Absolutely awesome. We appreciate all the support. All right, Jesse. Just a quick shout out to the sponsors as well. BetDSI, 10%. Double your money. Link in the description. Promo code MMA-Hole. You got Theragun, Jesse. Look at that. Love it. We got our first Theragun, and I am going to probably use it after the stream again. I love that thing.
It's great.
Link in the description. Check it out for yourself. Sticker Mule, that's where we got our promo stuff. The best stickers, the cheapest stickers. So go link in the description. Check that out. And Timeless CBD, still sipping on that coffee. They are wonderful. And we give you 20% off. I don't know how much longer the 20% off is going to last. So down below, check it out. If you want your Timeless, they got coffee now. CBD coffee. I don't think anyone else is doing that, right?
Yeah.
So, zero jitters. I love this shit. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. Jesse's got to pee.
All right. That's it?
I'll keep going. You want to keep going, Jesse?
Well, if you want me to call it off, we'll call it off. Mom.
Listen. I can go another 15. I can go another 15.
All right, let's go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse's got something to say.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.